Want to reach Night Talks Radio? That's easy. Simply dial 1-507-384-9390. Or for first-time callers, just dial 1-507-307-4424.
Alright, let's go.
Alright, let's take a look at our weather forecast today.
Today's forecast, a lot of sunshine, blue skies, marine clouds. Just a perfect day to go outside and relax. That's your forecast. We'll be right back.
Yeah, sunny days, sunny days, sunny days. No clouds in the sky, about to get away. Feels like it's been a freaking decade. Sorry, don't call me cause I'm gonna be on break. Sunny day, make way. All the stress and doubt, yeah, not today. Feels like it's been a freaking decade. Sorry, don't call me cause I'm gonna be on break. Got the Tropicana, fresh cut sushi on a platter. Brandy, honey, it don't matter, shots. Till I drop, gonna be 24/7, golden hour like a boss. And they say, yo, guess you got a 2 o'clock appointment for a champagne shot, whoa, yeah. I'm busy trying to take it higher, got no time for never, only spending cheddar. Wish I could do this forever. Chilling with the hottest company, they all wanna welcome me to their private penthouse suite. Yeah, now I got the key. Rooftop pool, got a heli on speed. Ocean view from the highest peak. I'm complete, oh, I want this to stay. Please don't go away. Sunny days, sunny days, sunny days. No clouds in the sky, about to get away. Feels like it's been a freaking decade. Sorry, don't call me cause I'm gonna be on break. Sunny day, make way. All the stress and doubt, yeah, not today. Feels like it's been a freaking decade. Sorry, don't call me cause I'm gonna be on break.
반짝이는 waves 향긋한 가을 향해 갈게 feeling up 어제의 날 뿐일 때 태양의 너야 이 순간을 느껴 꿈이 아니니까
Dollars on a dolly with my homies, eco-friendly. Here we invite only positivity to this party. Don't want no drama with any bad karma. Got a lot of that in La Vida Loca. Just wanna let it all go. Yeah, I can't say no when I'm this free. Don't wanna go home, oh I can't sleep. Weather's so nice, only got good vibes. Yeah, we're here chillin', chillin' in paradise. Sunny days, sunny days. No clouds in the sky, about to get away. Feels like it's been a freaking decade. Sorry, don't call me cause I'm gonna be on break. Sunny day, make way. All the stress and doubt, yeah, not today. Feels like it's been a freaking decade. Sorry, don't call me cause I'm gonna be on break. Sunny days, sunny days. No clouds in the sky, about to get away. Feels like it's been a freaking decade. Sorry, don't call me cause I'm gonna be on break. Sunny day, make way. All the stress and doubt, yeah, not today. Feels like it's been a freaking decade. Sorry, don't call me cause I'm gonna be on break.
free socks getting on the bus, I got resources with me. Riding on the highway, making plans that are free. Ringing on the doorbell to my girlfriend's house. Town is not even noon. I haven't met a stranger in a long, long time. Haven't kissed one either, but now is the time. 'Cause I'm a believer in this open house. Don't care about good or evil, drinking coke and rum.
Streaming to you live from Spreaker.com and somewhere deep in the great upper Midwest. If you're ready for a ride, you can call NTR anytime by dialing the nationwide caller line at 1-507-384-9390 First-time callers can reach Night Talks Radio at 1-507-307-4424. Text Daniel and NTR exclusively at 1-218-689-7126. Now, from somewhere in the great upper Midwest, here's your hosts, Daniel Brewer and Jennifer Gregerson.
What is going on, everybody? Daniel Brewer here with you for a brand new episode of NTR Daily for Wednesday, September 14th, 2022. And as always, my wonderful co-host, Jennifer Gregerson, is with me. Jennifer, say hello.
Hello, everyone. I hope everyone is having a wonderful night out there.
Yeah, because in the next, 24 hours or so, it's not going to be very fun out there, whether it's day or night.
Probably not.
So, why don't we start out with some, at least, somewhat happy stuff.
Happy stuff.
Okay, which of course is your
NTR Astronomical Insights.
That's right. So before we get into the heavy news from the past week and a half or so, and don't forget, we'll be talking about the Night Talks radio episode where some far lefters infiltrated our conservative show. Oh, don't think I forgot about that.
Yeah.
So I'll have a few things to chirp about having to do with that show. Okay, so.
Okay, so first of all, I'm going to start out with the continuation of how the astrology and horoscopes came to ancient Greece, Rome, and everywhere else.
All right. Kick ass.
So around 280 BCE, Berosus, a priest of Bel from Babylon, moved to Greek, the island of Kos, to teach astrology and Babylonian culture to the Greeks. By the 1st century of BCE, two versions were practiced: the reading of the horoscopes and the theurgic astrological readings, meaning God work. The Greeks brought the astrological theory to Rome.
I give you an A for effort. A plus for effort, by the way.
You know, I'm
just going to say that.
I might have a little bit hard time tonight, too, because I bit my tongue earlier. And you know
you did. You didn't bite your tongue. I think you had it was like a pimple. I get pimples on my tongue sometimes. Well, people get pimples on their tongues.
I know, but now it feels like a bit.
Now because did you attempt to pop it like a real pimple on the skin?
Well,
like it's totally gonna hurt.
Now it's just
and
like, it's like
gonna
right there. It's like my tooth is like rubbing up against it.
Yeah, it's gonna be somewhat worse because it's inside your mouth.
Yeah,
and you have to use your tongue, obviously, to talk and speak.
Yeah.
And, you're eating, brushing your teeth,
right,
doing whatever, and it's rubbing up against things. So it's, way worse. You know what I mean?
So I may be, slurring my words.
So you're on top of the fact that, you make massive efforts to get out extraordinary words. It's even going to be more amplified now.
I can feel it. It's like it's all swollen, and everything.
Yeah, it looks like it now. I mean, looking at it like that, that's a giant tongue. Okay, you look like the lead singer of Kiss, for God's sakes.
Oh, my God.
But go ahead, keep trying. I love it. The A for effort. We'll get you going.
Oh,
we'll get you going.
Sounds good.
Let's do it.
Okay, so the Greeks brought astrological theory to Rome. Tiberius. Is it Tiberius or Tiberius?
Let me see.
The first empire,
It
anyways.
it looks like Tiberius.
Tiberius,
Yes,
right?
yes, I would
Yeah.
imagine.
I don't know where they came up
You
with the
didn't.
names
You
back
didn't
then.
inform me about this.
I don't know where they came up with the names back then. So yeah,
I mean, they're cool names. Don't get me wrong.
but they're hard to say, hard to spell.
They're hard to say, hard to spell. I mean, if I had prior knowledge, maybe I could have spelled it properly. But right off bat, I might be saying it wrong. I know there's like 1,000 people out there like these fucking sons of bitches. They can't say any Greek names right, but
Well, anyways, he was the first emperor. Anyway,
Emperor.
Yep, the
Okay,
emperor. Yep.
all right.
Who Thoralus of Mendes. I'm trying
I
here,
did-
to
I-
be his court astrologer.
Computer,
in the
make a paper
first
that's hard as
century
shit to say.
CE. And in the 2nd century of CE, astrologer Claudius
I mean,
Ptolemy
it's-
was appointed and began marking.
I feel like I'm your buddy in school, and
Marking
you're
the
having to
world
read.
maps, like-
Wait, having to read in front of class, and you keep showing me the paper so you get the word right.
Hey, I just don't want to be fired. That's all.
Oh, you're way past. You know what? You got a job forever. Don't
Okay.
worry about it.
So, anyways, he was appointed and began making precise world maps.
It's endearing.
Because of his fixation with the forecasting accurate horoscopes, he could chart the relationship between the person's birthplace and the stars. And Ptolemy helped develop the maps we have today. And also came up with the term geography. Did you know that one?
To be honest, no.
Yeah. That was very interesting there.
So I mean,
So-
I am learning stuff. Don't get me wrong.
So in 140 CE, Ptolemy published Tetrabilius, one of the most famous.
that was the
original.
original name of Tetris for Nintendo.
No, but
Oh no, it
but
wasn't.
it was
Okay.
one of the most. It was one of the most famous astrology books ever written. I want to find that. It explains the key elements of astrology, including planets, zodiac signs, and houses.
Fuck yeah.
What the heck is going on with our lights here? It seems like it flickered off and on or something. Just okay. Anyway,
Did it?
It seemed like it. Okay, so the rest of the
I wouldn't
world.
be surprised.
Astrology became a big part of culture by the Middle Ages and was used by doctors, astronomers, and mathematicians.
Mathematicians. Mathematicians, not math magicians.
I'm telling you, this tongue is
magic
gonna bother
numbers.
me.
I'm going to pull a 2 out of my hat, everybody. Check this out.
I'm sorry, this tongue is really going to get to me today.
The tongue, that you blame it on. You got something to blame it on today. My tongue's all fucked up.
Shut up. Hey, I got that book, okay? I've been trying to read that book or whatever that you had me order.
You've read 5 pages.
Hey, I'm working on it anyway.
It's like a 250-page book.
Hey, I'm average on all the tests, so I'm doing somewhat okay.
Hey,
India
you want to be
and
second place, that's fine.
India and China developed their own versions, which we will discuss at a later time.
Yeah, I don't want to discuss
Well,
something
the
about
Western
China.
world followed Greek beliefs.
All right.
So, however, between 1225 and 1250, the belief in astrology began to decline as the church gained power and was seen as an unpopular, superstitious belief during the Holy Inquisition. Shit, I can't say that word. Inquisition?
Inquisition, yes. Yeah, I had to
words, Jesus.
take a look. Because, even you surprised me because, I think it's one word, and then I'll look and then I'll be like, wow, she fucked that word up so much that it was a totally different word than I even thought it was.
So this is why Galileo had to renounce his astrological beliefs to save his life.
Yeah, I was going to say, didn't they, kill you?
They would, yes. They would seriously kill you. They thought that it was almost like devil's work or witchcraft and stuff back there. It was like a disgrace
Well, like they did,
to the
like they did
church.
like they did the women, witchcraft and all that stuff back in the day. Same thing. It's like, hey, look at that star. I like stars. They might have something to say. Kill that man immediately.
So during the Age of Enlightenment in 1650 to 1780...
Enlightenment. Aren't we in
people-
the Age of Enlightenment now, supposally?
Maybe. I'm not sure. I got to check on that one. But
Woke, yo.
So during the
You want to get woke?
During the Age of Enlightenment in 1650 to 1780, people started believing in science, and astrology and horoscopes became a source of entertainment, which continues on like that today. So that's kind of interesting.
I mean, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
There's
a little history there.
It's always good to learn something new on the show. New and interesting things that tomorrow you can pass on to your buddies at the water cooler.
At the water cooler.
You know what I'm saying?
The water cooler.
So, continue.
All right. So here is the horoscope for Thursday, September 15th. Okay? I'm going to try and get through this here. Aries.
This is going to be fun.
Okay.
Go ahead. I'm done.
No more interruptions
Sorry.
now.
Interruptions. You know what? I'm going to go grab is it Dreamland Coke?
Yes. Dreamland Coca-Cola. Very, very good.
Very good and delicious.
Grab me one,
plug,
too.
plug. Yeah, so I'm going to go grab a delicious, cold, and refreshing Dreamland Coca-Cola product.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Actually, another plug is I tried an amazing coffee today. I mean, what is it? Takasquash? I mean,
Takasquash?
Takasquash, yeah.
Who the heck makes that?
It's made by the Black Company the Black Coffee Company.
The Black Company?
The Black Coffee
Well,
Company.
never mind then.
The Black Coffee.
The Black Rifle
Coffee
Company.
There you go.
So there's another plug.
Yeah, and we're actually going to see if they may possibly sponsor
No, like,
us.
seriously.
I mean, seriously, we're actually thinking
That
about
is
it because,
some crazy-
this coffee is made by veterans.
Made by
And
veterans.
Part of the
Made in
profits
America.
actually go to veterans, to medical research, to aiding, people in America, basically.
Conservative groups.
Yeah, exactly.
Supporters of like the Second Amendment and things of that nature. Let's see, what's a big one? Oh yeah, fucking freedom.
Yeah,
and
see,
if you like
here's the thing
freedom,
you can find it on Amazon,
you
can also find it at Walmart. But see, here's the thing is, okay, you can go and get regular coffee at Walmart, like a regular brand.
yeah.
of
Here's the
coffee,
deal.
even
Here's the
Folgers
difference
or
between
whatever.
conservatism
Folgers is-
and far leftism.
Yeah, so Folgers is probably what
Price-wise.
Price-wise.
Well, right
Folgers
now,
would be
I was looking
$12,
at
$14, something like that.
at minimum.
Yeah, at minimum.
And we're not even talking about the Big Daddy,
Yeah.
the big, I love coffee,
Yeah.
ones,
And-
tubs.
and this
These are just the
Takasquash-
little teeny ones.
This Takasquash, made by the Black Rifle Coffee
Company, yes.
is only $10.
Yeah. Or less.
Or less.
Depending
on what
they
depending
have
on how big you
multiple
want it
flavors.
and what you want for flavor and everything. Yes.
I think there's 6 to 7 different types of flavors, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
But I think, we picked up, what was it? The Squatch Attacker or whatever.
No, it's called Takasquash.
Takasquatch. So it's a Sasquatch, a Bigfoot with like black ops undercover
like
eyewear
tactical
and stuff
uniform
like
stuff
that.
on-
Yeah. And it's pretty cool.
It is.
I
It
wish
is really
we could
cool.
show it.
We'll maybe take a picture of it and we'll post it.
Yeah, we'll
on our
post it
site,
on NTR
it's
Facebook.
Really cool, but it is
and,
the most refreshing coffee that I've ever had, and I'm not a black coffee drinker. Black coffee.
Yeah, I know you
dark
don't like
black coffee
because
is
you
too
consume.
strong for me. I have to have my creamer and everything, but this one I didn't really have to have a whole lot of creamer. with
Right, yeah,
because it
you
wasn't
consume, like,
you couldn't taste a whole lot
5
of the
gallons
coffee
of-
bean, but you could.
Right.
It was more ground than more fined and everything than regular coffee. I would have
So
to say.
would you say it's the best coffee that you've had in history?
I would have to say it is the best coffee I've had in history. Yes.
Okay, so pluggy. All right, you do your thing. I'm gonna go.
It definitely beats my kicking horse coffee. I'll tell you that.
Ooh.
Yeah, and see, I didn't think it.
Ooh,
I
that
didn't
was
think,
your favorite too.
Yeah, I didn't think it would beat my kicking horse.
Wow.
So
I mean, that tells you something.
Kicking horse is good coffee too, but I'm just have to say, if I have to choose my favorite, it would be this Takasquash one, and kicking horse would be the second.
Yeah, so you're not saying that the kicking horse is bad.
No, it's not bad.
It's just
it's just in taste wise.
At this point in time,
in taste wise, the kicking horse one is a little bit more stronger of the coffee bean taste.
well, it's a kicking fucking horse.
Yeah, right. It'll kick you on your ass.
Yeah, it will. It even has ass.
Plug,
remember I used
plug,
to get
plug,
you smart
plug.
ass? Yeah, there's just multiple pluggage going on right now. The final thought on that.
Yes.
Since we're talking about coffee, I got to get it in then.
Oh, yes.
Timmy Hortons will always be my number one, to be honest with you, in my heart. So,
Well,
Timmy Hortons, top-notch, original. You can't beat it. And if I could get my hands on some tidbits, I would love that.
Tidbits.
So if Kimmy's listening out there, send me some Timbits.
Timbits. What are Timbits?
Well, listen, they're like little donut holes.
Okay.
Okay. Of deliciousness.
Of deliciousness.
And they pair perfectly with a cup o' Timmy Hortons.
A
cup o' Timmy Hortons.
Ah.
It's delicious. It wakes you up. It makes you have a wonderful day. And you feel Canadian, eh?
Yeah, I
So,
say once in a while,
You know what I'm saying, eh?
Yes, I know what you're saying,
I actually talk like that a lot. And it was that guy that said just a few days ago, where are you from?
Yeah, right.
If I had a fucking dollar every time I was asked, where are you from?
Right.
Because it's already, okay, so I'm already from the Detroit area.
Yeah.
Okay, so I moved out here, oh my God, it's going on 10 years almost.
Yeah, jeez.
Literally.
I know.
In a year
I
and a
know.
half.
We've been together almost 9 years. This is just crazy.
Yeah. So, but, anywho, so I already had that. Everybody has a certain accent, regardless.
I do have to tell you though,
whatever
9 years, going on 9 years. You are actually my soulmate. You already know that. I mean, we think alike. I mean, seriously, he could be at the store and he could
crazy.
pick something up, and I could think of just messaging him just a few minutes afterwards that he receives the message to pick up that thing. It's just crazy.
Like, I automatically know. Like, I don't have to see messages.
No,
I don't
it's crazy.
have to have you call me. Like, I know what you want.
Yeah, it's like telepathically.
Whether, you forgot to write it down or whatever have you,
Right.
I just automatically know.
Right, but what I was going to say is that, you are the longest relationship I have ever been with in my entire life.
Well, that's good.
Yes. And it's been amazing.
Same here.
There are some ups and downs that we have had, and stuff. But
Everybody has ups and
downs. That only
downs.
makes a relationship stronger.
Everybody has ups and downs.
Exactly.
Yeah, you get stronger. And at this point, I look at you, I tell you the honest truth about everything now.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't give a fuck. I love you. Here's what I'm going to say. You either take it or you don't. If you don't, fuck off.
Yep.
And, but if you do, more power to you.
Yeah.
And, I don't hide anything from you.
No.
I care about you, so I have to tell you what's the reason to candy coat it? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, I'm not
Right.
trying to hook up with you. You know what I mean? So, it's all about honesty and being together and raising a happy family and being conservative and drinking Black Rifle Coffee
And
Company.
we have to drink our Coca-Cola Dreamland.
Dreamland as well. So,
yes.
yeah.
Which reminds
multiple-
me, you actually have to go get the Coca-Cola Dreamland. But let's also talk about our refreshing drink that we drink, which is our Gatorade G Fit.
It's
The
Gatorade G Fit. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
I mean, I
mean-
don't want to make a big deal out of the beverages here, but
that's
I'm just saying it
amazing
is
too,
pretty
you know?
amazing.
I mean, it's really refreshing.
Ultra hydration, no sugar added.
Healthy.
No artificial sweeteners, no
Yeah.
additional colors. Excellent source of vitamins A and C,
Yep.
which, of course, A is for your eyesight,
Yep.
and C is for your immune system,
Right.
which we all need nowadays because of the scandemic.
Right. And what's for your egg-shaped head?
For that one, you're officially fired.
See, I can say whatever I want to, you know.
I mean, you can say, yeah. You have a mouth and
Yeah.
a brain. Just because you can say whatever you want doesn't mean it means anything.
You got egg-shaped head and you got elephant ears.
You
I
go
don't
right
know.
to hell, will you? All right, do your thing. This show is turned in the wrong direction now, and I don't like it. I'm going to go get my Dreamland Cola from Coca-Cola Manufacturing Company.
Yeah, go get mine.
and you
Go
and
get
you
me one too.
Would you like twice of them then? Two?
Two.
Yeah,
Two, yes.
Okay. All right, you do what
Dos.
you got to do.
Dos.
No,
of it.
this is in northern Minnesota.
Hey,
No.
dos. Hey, I'm part German, so you're gonna have to deal with it.
Yeah,
Dos.
I'm part German too, moron. Oh, I was thinking that was Spanish. Never mind.
No, that is Spanish,
Dos.
isn't it?
Yeah,
I'm
wait a second.
spy. I'm spy.
Ah,
I'm spy dry.
whatever. What
Spy
has
is,
happened to our program?
Hey, our program is
Literally
coming,
30
you know.
minutes. We've hit 30 minutes of absolutely nothing. Nobody has learned a single thing.
Yeah, they've learned the history so far.
Sort of.
Sort
Nobody
of.
understood what the fuck you were saying. So, and then we just start doing random plugs in hopes that Coca-Cola will just send us like $1 million in an unmarked envelope that they drop off at the front door tomorrow, by some dude driving an Uber.
Hey, you know what? If you want to listen to what your horoscope says before you leave,
Just
you know, I mean, seriously, you never know what's going to happen. Listen
All right,
to
read
this.
that real quick and then I'm out of here.
Okay, here's Daniel's
I can't take it anymore.
Daniel's horoscope. Aries, opportunities for financial gain within a professional capacity
Boom. What did I tell you?
will manifest you this morning. A cosmic climate will allow you to transform within your field, setting you up for bigger paychecks down the
Coca-Cola.
line.
Gatorade.
Improve your bonds with your friends, though. You're kind of a dick, especially to John. Sorry, John.
That's
Sorry, John. I
because
feel
John
so bad.
is a
I feel
dick.
so bad he's that way to you.
John, you know you're a dick. All right, moving on.
Good luck will hang in the air this evening, and your thoughts will help you with new paths towards your goals.
You know what that is? That's talking to JC, if you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah.
How weird is that?
Yeah.
By the way,
Why? JC.
Joe Chase,
Yeah.
JC.
What's JC? I'm not getting it. What's JC?
Jesus Christ.
Oh, yes.
We have a lot to talk about that
Oh, yes.
later on, by the way.
But anyway,
Just crazy, unique stuff.
the lucky
yeah.
lucky numbers for Aries are 4, 18, 21, 32, 43, and 48. And that is for the
Jimmy Johnson, 48, by the way, in NASCAR.
The 15th.
Y'all like NASCAR?
The 15th of September. Those lucky numbers are only
The
good
15th
for
of
the
September? Is one of my looking or 15? 15, you mean?
No,
What?
the Thursday. The
Thursday?
15th, Thursday, the 15th of September.
Yes.
Your lucky numbers are 4, 18,
Oh, gotcha.
21, 32, 43, and 48.
Does it also tell you who to play in FanDuel for Thursday Night Football?
No, it doesn't, but, I can look and it tells you kind of what to choose for your Powerball numbers and stuff like that.
Now, let's just call up John Sequin, because John Sequin apparently knows everything.
Anyway.
All right, do
let's
your
get
thing.
going
I'm
with the
out of
horse.
here, seriously.
Go get,
Bye.
Go get me.
Next 5 minutes,
Go
I'm
get
gone.
me a Dreamland.
I will be not here for 5 minutes.
Go get me Dreamland. All right.
I'll do that. You know, that was the name of our Art Bell show.
Oh, well. Yeah.
I'm out of here.
All right, so Taurus. All right. So Taurus says, strong vibes will provide you with an opportunity to take your spirituality to new levels this morning. Your thoughts will align with the material realms this afternoon, and your skills will benefit you. Remember, it's important to ask the universe for what you want tonight. Your lucky number, your numbers are 5, 9, 14, 26, 32, and 47. Gemini. You'll have some deep thoughts to sort through this morning. These vibes are perfect for evolving past negative thoughts. That negative thought patterns, that have been holding you back as the stars support and empower you. You'll notice a shift later this afternoon. Push your agenda throughout the next 2 days, and people will be willing to work with you. Your lucky numbers are 3, 15, 29, 31, 36, and 42. Cancer. Platonic relationships could transform into something deeper this morning. A cosmic climate will help stir things up romantically, making it a great time to embrace healthy love. The vibe will shift later this afternoon, and a helping hand will allow you to work through your emotional breakthroughs, making it a good time to meditate. Your lucky numbers are 7, 12, 20, 28, 38, and 42. Leo. Try to get an early start of your day today, helping you gain some recognition at work. Don't worry. Don't worry, your day won't be all about work. You will have some downtime this afternoon to spend with your friends. Maybe go out to dinner or something. Later tonight, look for new ways on your social media page to broaden your horizons. Your lucky numbers are 3, 14, 21, 25, 36, and 47. Virgo. You'll awaken with You'll awaken with a creative charge this morning. Use this energy to journal before heading to work, as an inspiration will flow freely as if from a divine source. You'll notice a vibe shift this afternoon, activating your professional ambitions. Tonight, the vibe will help you make fast and efficient strides towards your career goals, though you'll need to be willing to share the ideas and let your vision be known. The lucky numbers are 5, 11, 20, 36, 39, and 42. Libra. An emotional release may be in store for you this morning. A cosmic climate will stir up feelings from the depths of your heart. Luckily, the effects of the vibes will be healing and profound, helping you transform into a more evolved version of yourself. Later this afternoon, the vibe will lighten and bring a rush of support from beyond that governs spirituality. Your lucky numbers are 7, 13, 27, 36, 42, and 44. Scorpio. Profound developments may manifest within your love life today. Honest communication can help elevate your relationships to the next level. Don't be afraid to ask your sweetie where things are heading. Lucky numbers are 3, 18, 21, 30, 41, and 49. Sagittarius. Try to take a moment to organize your space this morning. These vibes are perfect for taking control of your finances, which will provide you with a distinct sense of empowerment. Love will permeate the air later this afternoon, activating the sector that governs the matters of your heart. Don't be surprised if a new romantic option comes into play tonight. Your lucky numbers are 4, 6, 11, 20, 39, and 43. Capricorn. A cosmic climate will bring out your sassy side today,
Sassy.
allowing you to relax and let loose. A shift will come later this afternoon, bringing you to a more work-oriented and healthy
What was
conscious.
that? Work what?
Oriented.
Okay.
Yes. Just be sure to cut out some time for self-care tonight. Your lucky numbers are 5, 13, 27, 29, 38, and 41. Aquarius. This morning, a vibe will help you reshape your perspective, helping you keep an open mind to change and to let go of all the negative around you. Luckily, this afternoon, your aura will become elevated, and later tonight, your creative skills will manifest before the day closes. Your lucky numbers are 7, 15, 19, 26, 39, and 44. And lastly, Pisces. This morning will be great for small talk and maybe a pep talk with one of your friends. These vibes will help elevate your confidence and keep a positive attitude. And later tonight will be a good time to relax with meditation or a bubble bath. Lucky numbers are 2, 11, 24, 27, 36, and 43. Now, I have something else in store for you guys. It's associated with what is associated actually with your zodiac sign. It is out there, for people to research, but people just don't have time to research it. But me, I really am enthused with this. I love this. I've always loved astronomy, astrology, horoscopes, zodiac signs, life paths, everything.
You truly have. You're
yeah.
very into that stuff.
Yes.
I must admit that.
So, I like this one a lot. So I'm going to go ahead, and this is pertaining to all of our zodiac signs. So here we go. It is the archangels associated with your zodiac sign. Capricorn. Azrael plays a role in helping the soul with their transition from the physical world to the spiritual world. So Azrael is your archangel. Aquarius. Uriel is your archangel, the light of God, and aims to help humanity along its spiritual path to enlightenment. She navigates lost souls towards their correct path. Pisces. Sandalphon is a special connection with the Almighty's. It encourages and aids creativity. And Ariel is your archangel, and her oneness with nature allows her to influence animals and plants alike, but she also uses nature as a form of communication and encourages you to live green lives. Taurus. Shamil works out of sight. The goals are to protect and provide a sense of love and compassion throughout the world. You can call upon him whenever you're weighed down by burden, stress, tension, or fear.
I never have any of those things.
Gemini. Zadkiel is the archangel, and is capable of gifting anyone with high vibrational energy levels, getting rid of the negative energy.
Okay.
Cancer, Gabriel was most known, Gabriel the archangel.
Yes, I do know him.
So they help those who are trying to have a fresh start. They guide the lost onto a path of spirituality and enlightenment, aiding in your creative skills.
Okay.
Leo, Raziel is the archangel, and It assesses to deeply secret and hidden universal knowledge. It achieve a greater spiritual enlightenment, but also satisfy many of our mortal curiosities. It help develop the psychic abilities and clear their own negative energy.
Okay.
Virgo, now mine, is Metatron. Metatron, yes.
Like Megatron? Like Calvin Johnson from the Detroit Lions?
So Metatron offers a unique insight into the history of the universe. A record keeper of God. Okay, so he's the record keeper for God.
Okay.
It's best to tap into pure light within us and strengthens our connection with higher vibrational beings and provides a unique connection between heaven and earth. So he basically oversees Virgo, and he strengthens the connection, the higher vibration of beings inside you.
Okay.
So, Libra. Jophiel is most well known for her kind nature. She provides light and positivity to any situation. She provides the biggest impact on her wards, the people that she protects.
Mm-hmm.
So, Scorpio, Kimmy. Jamaral is the archangel, and he visits you via visions and dreams. You ask for his help, and he can aid you in dream interpretation, assessing the past and sometimes future memories, and helps you develop psychic abilities.
Okay.
And then Sagittarius. Raquel. Is it Raquel or Raquel? I think it's Raquel.
I am
Is described as the chief.
out of that game.
He's described as the chief, with God giving him authority over the others. It creates harmony and guides in family disputes, lack of cooperation among coworkers, or any unfair treatment among friends.
Okay.
So that is pretty interesting. Those are the archangels associated with our zodiac signs.
Okay.
Now, it seems that we still got some time before break here, so we're going to go right into...
We're moving forward to...
the history of the day.
History.
History of the day.
Now, is that history of Thursday?
Yes.
Okay.
But before we go ahead to the history of the day, I just wanted to say dream, explore, and discover, because Astronomical Insights is done for the night.
Well, there you go, and that's your closing line for that.
Yes, that is.
Okay, so bingo bango. Moving on.
All right.
Well, let's get to the history, yo.
All right, history of the day for Thursday, September 15th. In 2008, the largest chapter in bankruptcy, largest chapter of bankruptcy in the U.S. history is filed by the Lehman Brothers Financial Services firm. In 2004, the National Hockey League Commissioner Gary Bettman
Shut the frickin' league down. Tampa Bay Lightning and Calgary Flames.
Lockout of the Players Union.
I hate Gary Bettman. I will always hate Gary Bettman. He should have stayed with the NFBA.
Listen, well, I pop open my Coca-Cola Dream World, not Dreamland.
Oh, did I say Dreamland?
Yeah, Dream
Sorry
World.
about that, Coca-Cola. Dream World. Dream World.
Nice
Plug.
and refreshing.
Take a nice, by the mic.
Kind of tastes like a cotton candy in a way.
Like a cotton candy, cherry sort of mix.
Cherry swirl, something like that.
Just watching you drink it makes me feel refreshed.
Oh, it's really good. So
thank you, Coca-Cola.
Yes, thank you, Coca-Cola.
Pluggity plug.
In 1990, France announces it will send 4,000 troops to join other nations to protect Saudi Arabia and force the Iraq's dictator Saddam Hussein to withdraw troops from Kuwait.
Yeah, right.
So in
Oh no, that really did
Yeah,
happen.
yeah.
I
So-
was thinking about something else completely different.
So in 1981, Sandra Day O'Connor becomes the first female justice on the Supreme Court.
Okay. All right.
In 1950, the UN forces, led by the U.S. Marine Corps, invade Korea at the port of Incheon. Is it
When the United Nations was together in 1950?
the UN forces?
Wow.
Yeah.
I
It was the greatest attack in history from General Douglas MacArthur's career.
You know who I bet led that though altogether? President Joe Biden.
Yeah, in 1950.
Well, yeah, he was everywhere at any given time.
Well, maybe. So in 1939, the Polish submarine Orzel arrives in Tallinn, Estonia, after escaping the German invasion of Poland. Did you know that?
Hey.
In 1939.
Virtual high five to those fellas
Yeah.
who most likely not around anymore, but nonetheless a virtual high five to heaven.
Yes. In 1928, Scottish bacteriologist,
Bacteriologists?
so bacterial.
Oh, bacteria. Okay, so back the study of bacteria.
Yes. Alexander Fleming discovers by accident that the mold penicillin has an antibiotic effect. Yes, that was in 1928. So in 1916, armored tanks are introduced by the British during the Battle of the Somme. In 1891, the Dalton gang holds up a train and takes $2,500 at Wagoner, Oklahoma.
$2,500 bucks.
Now, you think about that. In 1891, that would have been.
You know how much
like,
money that would have been in it?
That would have been a lot. Nowadays, it's nothing.
You would have been pretty well off for
Exactly.
a bit of time. Nowadays, it's less than $10.
Yeah, right. In 1862, Confederates capture Harper's Ferry.
Harper's Ferry. Ferry.
Why do they call
Ferry.
it? Why do they say ferry? You know, when we don't.
There's two different
it's
spellings
Ferry,
of fairy.
Ferry.
There's the woodland type creature fairy, Dungeons and Dragons or something like that. You know, and then
there's a ferry
there's
boat.
a ferry, as in a boat.
Yeah.
Yes, or ferrying, mean kind of pulling
Okay.
something along, ferrying.
Well, anyways, he securing the rear of Robert E. Lee's
Robert E. Lee?
forces. Yep, Robert E. Lee's forces in Maryland.
Hey, would you look at that? My internet's not working again.
Oh, go figure.
Surprise,
So
surprise.
in 1858, the Butterfield Overland Mail
Butterfield.
Company begins delivering mail from St. Louis to San Francisco. So that must have been when they started like delivering mail like all over the country. It must have been the very
When?
first mail company in 1858.
I think the postal service has been around longer than that, actually.
Oh, okay. Well, this one
To be honest
anyway
with you.
started delivering from St. Louis to San Francisco. So.
And I bet they did a better job then than they do now.
So in 1788, an alliance between Britain, Prussia, and the Netherlands is ratified at the Hague. Is it Hague?
That's a
Hague?
good- Hogue.
Hague.
Hogue.
Hogue.
Well,
Hague,
that's...
Hague.
oh, no, you know what? I'm thinking of Benoit Hogue. Any hockey fans out there? Who remembers Benoit Hogue, by the way? If you do, immediately call in.
Yeah.
But no, I think that's Hogue. I'm not sure.
Hague.
Hague. It's either Hague or Hogue, but
Hague.
I don't care about that anymore. I care about
All right.
Benoit Hogue.
So in 1776, the British occupy Manhattan.
Those sons of guns.
In 1588, the Spanish Armada, which attempted to invade England, is destroyed by a British fleet. In 1963, members of the KKK plant 19 sticks of dynamite outside the basement of the 16th St. Baptist Church.
Well, when was that again?
In 1963.
1963. So many, many, many moons ago.
Yep.
These are things that just don't really happen anymore,
No.
by the way.
No. In 1935, the German Jews were stripped of citizenship, reducing them to the subjects of the state, and it was all part of Hitler's evil plan.
Oh, yeah. Without question.
In 1951, China takes control of Tibet. In 1978, Camp David peace talks, and that's when Israel agrees to withdraw from the West Bank and the Gaza Strip. And it's been they had occupied it since 1967. So what was that? It would have been approximately 12 years. No.
That's a whole nother ordeal over there with that.
11 years later, they agreed to withdraw. Okay, so
you want to talk about a fight over that type of stuff? Whoa, boy, just head on over there.
So in the 1980s, the furniture was, the beanbag chairs. They were actually set out in 1981. They were priced from...
The first beanbags?
Yeah, the beanbag chairs. They were priced from $19.99 to $39.99.
I mean, that's actually not too bad, but even, would you say 1981?
1981, yeah.
They're still a little expensive there.
Yeah.
You might have had to work a whole 40 hours at McDonald's or something.
So does anyone remember their parents maybe getting this? It was the brass bamboo. No, the brass bamboo nested tables. They were a set of 3.
I remember something like that.
They were set out in 1981, and they were $119.99. So your parents had to have been pretty well off around that.
Were they ever Were they ever on display in like an episode of Three's Company?
Maybe, I don't know. They were a set of 3.
It just seems like something that would be in Three's Company.
Like they were brass. They had like brass legs and
exactly
brass top, but then they had like the bamboo like
like you were just
top or whatever.
You were okay.
Yeah.
You were doing okay, man. Underneath that table might have been like like tons of pounds of cocaine or something. You were doing okay.
So anyways, in the 1960s, the food prices, were like for 3 jars of Gerber baby food was 25 cents. And Heinz ketchup, which you hate.
Yes, I hate all forms of ketchup and or mustard.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Heinz ketchup for a bottle was 22 cents.
22 cents.
22 cents.
What year?
In 1960.
22 fucking cents.
So listen to this. Okay, so the Kraft Miracle Whip.
Which compared to today, it's still about $2,
like,
$3, $4.
No, compared to today, it's almost like $4.
Wow.
Was only 50.
Now
was
it's
only
like
51
what,
cents.
$25?
51 cents a jar. 51 cents a jar. The mac and cheese dinners were only 39 cents a box.
Normal inflation.
Margarine was 31 cents a pound. So one box of margarine, or a pound, of margarine, 31 cents.
Again, you got to realize though, looking at those numbers, those prices.
But they were coming.
A lot of people tend to look on it, in terms of what they know today. They
were coming out of the Great Depression back then, weren't they?
No, not in the 1960s. But when you look at those prices and you see like 39 cents, 51 cents, 22 cents, people have a tendency to think in today's numbers.
Yeah.
And, back then, it's like for us now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not now, not with Biden session and all that bullshit.
Yeah, right.
But before, say a couple of years ago even, it was the same price.
Right.
See, to us it looks extremely cheap. Like, wow, we should go back to that day. It wouldn't matter. You'd still be spending the same amount of money. Hence, that's what normal inflation is. Normal inflation.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not Biden inflation.
So the 1953.
Biden session.
There was two main, famous, important, whatever, popular toys of 1953.
What were they?
And it was called the car.
One was probably like an actual live grenade.
No, it was called the car of the future.
Yep, and I was going to say actual car that you could drive
And
as a
it
child.
no, it wasn't an actual car. It was like one of those play cars,
Play cars,
But
okay.
it was $1.73 for that.
Which was, which the fuel that you put in it was pure uranium. Because that was okay then?
Anyway, so there was also a play piano, which they called the Deluxe Spinet.
Made completely out of lead.
Oh, it was plastic.
Oh, okay.
But it probably had lead paint. In the 1953s, But anyways, that was
a little bit of asbestos inside.
It was
if you
a
open
small
it up.
little piano for kids, like Mackenzie's age or whatever.
Right.
And it had like a little stool to it.
Okay,
And it had
gotcha.
plastic keys and everything. But
Okay.
anyways, it was $25.95.
Ooh, little on the pricey end. But
So here are the celebrity birthdays. Tommy Lee
It's your
Tommy Lee
birthday.
Jones
it's your motherfucking birthday, yeah.
Okay. was born obviously in
Tommy Lee?
Yeah, September 15th of 1946. Tommy Lee
Tommy Lee Jones,
Yep,
the actor.
Tommy Lee Jones, the actor, yes.
I loved him in movies.
And Prince Harry. Prince Harry in 1984.
Not having much concern about Prince.
And William Howard Taft.
Okay. I mean,
He was born September 15th of 1857. He was our 27th U.S. president, if anyone remembers.
I can go either way in that one. I mean, it doesn't make or break my day. That
Well, hey,
today
it's still kind of neat, to see what
his
celebrity,
birthday.
main celebrity actually, sits on your birthday. That's kind of cool.
right. What the hell else do you got? Do you still have more? Or is that upcoming news and things like that?
Oh, this is upcoming news and everything like that.
Oh,
so if you want to
okay.
take a break or whatever, you certainly can do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and call break then.
We don't have a whole lot of news, but
Oh, we have plenty.
plenty to talk about.
Trust me. I got some stuff in my head that I need to chirp about, like I said. And then, of course, you got your own news.
Yeah, we can't forget Biden's infamous speech.
Oh, yeah, that too. I mean, there is a lot. There is a lot to talk about. Okay, well. So, with that said, we will be now taking a break here on a brand new Wednesday edition of NTR Daily. Take a quick break. We'll be right back with news and updates. This is NTR Daily. Want more Night Talks? We have you covered. Check us out on Facebook and Twitter at Night Talks Radio for bold and truthful commentary, breaking news, show updates, program guest information, and so much more. And hey, thanks for listening.
Someone to rely, someone to rely, someone to rely, someone to rely. I won't get enough sleep. I won't get enough sleep till you're with me. Sorry for the tears in your eyes. Hey, love, forgive me just one more try. Used to hide myself away in the night, looking for trouble and fights, looking for answers at the bottom of my glass. You found me lost in the night, looking for trouble and fights, but you found me. Now I'm a screw up, but baby, I'm glad you're someone to rely on, someone to rely on. Now I'm a screw up, but baby, I could be someone to rely on, someone to rely on. 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 Hey baby, I'm calling. Hey baby, just please pick up the phone. Hey baby, I'm calling. I'm drunk, can you please pick up? No, I'm a screw up, but baby, I'm glad you're someone to rely on, someone to rely on, someone to rely on. No, I'm a screw up, but baby, I could be someone to rely on, someone to rely on. Now I'm a screw up, but baby, I'm glad you're someone to rely on, someone to rely on. No, I'm a screw up, but baby, I could be someone to rely on, someone to rely on. 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 Problems. I would never thought that you could be causing these problems. It smells so bright with eyes like these diamonds. Caution. I know I should have known. Right now you're not alone. I don't wanna get in trouble. See where you stand. I don't wanna see you crumble. To recall what we meant. All the words you never said. All the questions in my head. 'Cause you're trouble, yeah.
Want to reach Night Talks Radio? That's easy. Simply dial 1-507-384-9390. Or for first-time callers, just dial 1-507-307-4424. From somewhere in the great upper Midwest, here's Daniel Brewer and Jennifer Gregerson.
Everyone says that I should get going, start running. But how am I supposed to run when I'm falling?
What's going on, everybody? Daniel Brewer here with you. NTR Daily for Wednesday, September 14th, 2022. Even though it's Thursday, September 15th, if you really want to be detailed about things.
Oh, yes.
But like I said, until I fall asleep, it's always the day before. After I wake up, it is then the next day.
Yeah.
That's how I look at things. So, but we have a lot of serious business to discuss, news-wise, update-wise, locally, regionally, nationally, internationally. Why don't we let you, Jennifer Gregerson, kick off with the first information that you have, and then I will dive into today's top story.
All right. So this week, the NASA launched the largest satellite into orbit.
Oh, really?
Yes.
And what was it for?
And astronomers are actually worried about it. So it's called the Blue Walker 3.
The Blue Walker 3.
It's a space-based mobile broadband.
It sounds like a new,
satellite.
like a new Rebel Star Wars vehicle design.
So it's largest because in order to communicate with a low power, the low internal strength phone, you need a large antenna with a lot of power. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay,
yes.
but although it's exciting, astronomers are concerned about how big it is and bright because they think that it could outshine all the stars and planets in the night sky.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So more Starlinks were also launched by the Falcon 9, now totaling 2,200, which is half of what they want out there right now.
My goodness.
So the radio astronomer Alan Duffy says,
Okay.
a full constellation of Starlink satellites will likely mean the end of Earth-based microwave radio telescopes able to scan for faint radio objects.
Wow.
So
like radio waves and such coming
Yeah.
from distant, far-off places.
So then currently right now the astronomers are building a group to tackle the problem, and it's called the IAU Center for the Protection of the Dark and Quiet Sky from Satellite Constellation Interference.
Is that abbreviated?
No, not yet. That is the program that
Say that every
the
time.
group that they're building. So I'm sure that they will come up with an abbreviation.
Just say the thing.
The thing.
The looky thing.
Yeah. So anyways, it's going to require technological fixes along with conversation with the technology companies, basically.
I see.
So, yeah.
I see.
Kind of interesting. We are moving up, in our space technology and everything, but I don't know how good it's going to be if it's going to outshine our stars and our planets and stuff like that. That's probably not going to be very good to a person.
Right, you
lot of
don't want
radiation.
light pollution and things of that nature of any sort, because you want to be able to look.
And
at the
we're already
universe. You
in.
want to be able to look at space.
Right, we're already in
and see stars
global
and
warming
planets and
too,
listen.
and I don't know if
Well,
that has something to do with
natural
it. If that would
global
cause
warming.
Any problems,
It may or may not, who knows, but, it's a thing that Earth does. And
Yeah, I guess.
don't listen to a single leftist that says it's your fault, our fault, or anything else.
No.
But,
And you have a good story too, don't you? Kind of interesting, kind of sad, kind of mad.
Well, it hits me in multiple ways, because obviously people that know me, I was a former certified rail freight conductor for nearly 9 years.
Yep.
And I know just about everything there is to know inside and out of the rail industry, specifically the freight industry. And there's been a long battle that's been brewing for quite some time now, because of the way the railroad companies are treating their employees, and having them work without contracts,
No.
tours of duty, time off, calling in 24, calling in sick,
Right.
a multitude of other things. You were going to say?
Yeah. So now they're part of the SMART union. Is that correct? And is the SMART union like a transportational union as well?
Yes, SMART is a Department of Transportation sort of union.
Okay.
I don't believe it's specific to the railroad, but a majority of their work is with the railroad. The BLET is for locomotive engineers.
Uh-huh.
And then, of course, we have our own union. Everybody has their own union when it comes to railroad work. So conductors, engineers, higher-ups, and things
certain
like that.
companies have obviously the certain different ones.
Yeah. So.
Okay. So what's going on exactly?
So what has happened? What has developed within the past day or two is that essentially the Democrats have denied a GOP resolution that would have averted this nationwide railroad strike.
Wait,
okay.
Did you say that the Democrats have denied? I mean,
Have
that's
denied.
news to me. I mean, when
Have
do the Democrats deny?
To be perfectly exact, Bernie Sanders.
I'm just kidding with you.
And of course, having the government get involved, was a mistake, I think, from the beginning with Biden and the Biden regime appointing people, especially Democrats and far leftists, to work, out some sort of deal between the CEOs and railroad companies and employees and their unions.
Yeah.
We all know that the far left and the left, they don't give two shits about the employees.
No, there's no deal that they actually work with. It's either their way or the highway, basically, isn't it?
And that's what they're saying. They're saying that they could possibly force, but I can tell you that right now.
Yeah.
I won't go into much detail, but no one is going to force railroad workers, conductors, engineers to run trains. And I can also assure you that if they think they're clever and try to get train masters or yard masters in there to move freight, that there will be plenty of union members there to stop them from boarding that train.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I won't go any further than that, but I went through the Canadian strike twice, okay, about the Canadians coming down to the United States and us going to Winnipeg and things of that nature, but
if this hurts them enough and everything like that, so they can't move like any transportation, like any freight that, and starts hurting us, and stuff like that.
Well, here's the deal. Now, here's what you have to
stuff,
understand. Here's what you have to understand that most normal people won't understand and will look at this the wrong way. Okay, the CEOs and the railroad companies have been fucking over the railroad employees for years. 4 fucking years, okay? Making them work without a contract.
Yeah.
Not specifying certain details, key details. Not giving you essentially what you need to work safely, to move the freight safely.
Calling, constantly.
Giving you a certain amount of time to be off to rest.
Yeah.
And, especially time to be with your family. As we all know, railroaders are gone for quite a bit of time, and they should be able to get some extra time off, maybe 2 to 3 days off, which is being eliminated because there's no contract. So the railroad CEOs and companies think they can essentially do whatever they want.
Now, is this just American, like U.S., railroads that are going on strike, or is Canada involved too?
As far as I know, it's American. Any railroad, main class 1 railroad that works within the United States is going to be stopping all movements at 12:01 tomorrow. Okay, 12:01 a.m. So here's the big deal, though. The strike is inevitable because if it keeps going the way it is, you're going to see a lot more death. Mm-hmm. Okay, you're going to see a lot more accidents,
right?
Mistakes. You know, the conductors and engineers need time to recoup, is the bottom line, is one of the main bottom lines. And so without that, and then being called for trains when they're not supposed to be called, when they're on rest, then given multiple missed calls because, of course, you're on call as a conductor and engineer, things of that nature. You know, it has to happen.
Yeah.
The GOP offer would have given conductors and engineers a 24% wage increase, which is much needed. Conductors and engineers do much more than the average American.
Right.
People that don't know much about the railroad or, you know, have anything to do with the railroad simply don't realize how much conductors and engineers do, how much they give up their life for these companies that rather just take a shit on them. Mm-hmm. And the unions have finally said, fuck all.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
They're going on strike. The trains will be stopped. Key trains, hazardous materials, things of that nature, a couple days ago have already been prepared, either have already arrived at sites or placed at specific locations, so they're not left on main lines to where, say, a terrorist or something along those lines could get at them. But they're already starting to set power and cars on sidelines and sidings and such. Even Amtrak is affected. They're cutting all service pretty much throughout the nation besides the Northeast Corridor, which runs, you know, New York, Boston, Philly, Washington, all that stuff, because they actually own that trackage. Amtrak, everywhere else, leases the track from the major railroads of the nation.
Didn't they go like on strike last spring too, and they actually ended the strike and came back within like 3 days or something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a completely different scenario, though. That's another thing that you also have to look at. You know, again, this has to happen because the railroaders are being treated like shit, and they make this country move.
Yeah.
Okay?
True.
Truckers do a lot.
Right.
Kudos to them.
Yes.
You know, shipping does a lot. Kudos to them. But you just can't compare the product movement that a train can provide you. So, when they go on strike, which seems to be inevitable now,
so
it's going to affect
12:01
tomorrow. It's not possibly. Okay. It's going to happen. The things that it's going to affect are going to be amazing. First off, grain will not be moved, especially here where we're at, Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota, Wisconsin, things like that. It just won't be moved.
Okay.
Farmers will have to find an alternative way to do so, and they can't possibly reach the numbers that they could with trains.
Well,
moving.
Obviously not, but then some of them can go into trucking too, right? Can
yes,
they do
but it still
companies?
won't compare to the number needed that only trains can provide.
No, it won't.
Now, let me finish, though. Also, soybeans. Okay, those will not be moving. The auto industry will be affected greatly. A lot of vehicle parts, a lot of vehicles themselves are moved by rail. Very specific auto parts, as a matter of fact. Key trains, okay, which are hazardous trains. For instance, nuclear waste is not going to be moved. Crude oil, okay. Things of that nature. Food, supplies, things you don't think twice about in your daily life.
Right.
You take for granted. About 75% of the stuff you used was at one time on a train.
Does livestock sometimes go on a
Yes,
train?
livestock is transported as well by train.
Wow.
The farmers are not going to be able to get their harvests out.
Yeah.
Corn is virtually going to be non-existent by Thanksgiving. Because of crops unable to be moved.
I'm going to go start my own garden in the backyard here.
Yeah.
Who wants to come join me? Community garden, everyone.
Yeah, right. They are now saying that the cost of even small turkeys could easily reach $100 for Thanksgiving.
I'll grow my turkey in the garden, too.
And then, of course, toys and electronics and gifts and things for Christmas. A majority of that is also on trains.
You know, people right now, I'll have to say, people that are actually, you know, I hear a lot more people are taking in, like, turkeys and chickens for pets and everything like that. You know, that's actually the smartest thing to do, is to raise your own turkey and raise your own chicken and everything like that. You know, I mean, seriously, they're being kind of smart about that one.
So, yes, we touched on the agriculture. Retail is going to be hit hard, folks. If you think it's bad now, things on average will go up 4 to 5% more. Okay, this won't happen in, you know, a couple weeks or a couple months. This will literally happen within a week once the strike starts.
Start getting out the styrofoam cup and the string and try and see if you can communicate with your friends that way, because, you know, phones are going to be probably hard to come by. And not only that, start bringing out the old sewing machine, you know, and start making your own clothes.
Absolutely, because clothes and shoes, hats, everything is transported by train. Oh, and by the way, if you live in a city where, you know, you don't have a vehicle and you commute to work by train, forget about that as well. Yeah. Because those
better get a
tracks, those tracks are owned by freight companies that passenger trains use. So those trackages are going to be shut down.
Get a hold of someone who knows technology or something like that, or like science experimenting or something, and build you a bike, because you probably won't be able to purchase those neither.
The last thing I'll say about that is that we're going to experience a massive food shortage right in time for Thanksgiving and Christmas.
No, I don't really care much about that, honestly, to tell you the truth.
Economic-wise, I don't need to tell you.
Yeah, that's going to be tough.
How devastating that's going to be on top of what's already happening. And this strike is of the likes that we've never seen before. So,
you ever think maybe it might be some kind of plan?
Who knows?
You know,
who knows? But
maybe that was their plan all along.
But the companies have treated the employees who literally kill themselves on a daily basis like shit.
Or else they end up with back problems later on in life.
I can tell you this: a McDonald's employee should not be making the same amount of money as, say, a trainee railroad conductor, for
you
example.
know, and here's the thing is, like, a McDonald's employee or whatever, they're going to end up going out of business too, because they're not going to be able to get beef or anything like that. Oh
yeah, you think it's great that you got a wage hike to $15 or $16, $20. Yeah. No, they're not going to be able to cost to pay for the cost of the food. And they're going to eliminate you in order to have the food, and simply put automated systems in to take your order touchscreen.
Stores won't be, like, Walmart will go down. They won't be able to purchase a lot of their stuff.
So the people who thought they were super smart and you know, have a lot of pride and say, I have a job. Good luck with that, because in a month or two you're going to be fired, furloughed, you know, or just eliminated altogether, like I said, because the companies, especially small business, will not be able to afford to pay you. Most people in our town, as a matter of fact, the Dollar General closing now at 3:30 in the afternoon because they're not staffed enough and they're not making enough money to even pay rent per month.
It's
so,
insane.
And of course, Biden has his hands all over this. White House Secretary Jean, whatever the hell, Pierre, tried to put her 2 cents into this, and I just looked at her and said, shut the fuck up.
Right.
You have no idea what you're talking about. The railroads run America. And if the railroads are down because you're greedy son of a bitch and asses, you're going to see some shit that you've never seen before.
Oh, yeah.
I'll put it that way.
Yeah. Yep.
So there's the story, folks. We'll give you more update tomorrow.
Okay.
Because tomorrow night, during the show, is when the strike will start. So we'll have a lot of extra detail for you tomorrow. But as of now, it seems pretty inevitable nationwide strike for all Class 1 railroads starting at 12:01 a.m. tomorrow night.
Wow. Wasn't there another strike? There's another
bad.
strike going on too. I mean, over 1,500 nurses in Minnesota are going on strike. I mean, it's something to do with
don't you see how it's all coming together?
Yeah.
Now?
But see, they're going on strike because of their new contract. Their contract states that, okay, so African American or Chinese,
yes, take the African American first, fire the white
Japan
person first,
or anything like that.
That's not
And
just in the nursing industry.
No,
that's schools
but,
and things of that nature. It is absolutely ridiculous. It's reverse racism. I don't care what you say. The left is putting us backwards, big time. There's nothing else you could say. You cannot say a single fucking thing to me.
So basically, the new contract says that, okay, those people, will be able to stay on, take over your job, and you white people will be the first ones to be laid off.
Exactly. It's all about equality, right?
Yeah,
it's all about that.
Yeah. What is equality?
Funny how
what
it
is
seems.
Equality?
Funny how it seems more like revenge.
Yeah.
On people that had absolutely nothing on both sides to do with any type of slavery involving the United States. And not to mention, slavery, by the way, was not just an American thing.
No.
And by the way, most of the slaves sold from Africa were by black slave owners.
Yeah.
So, I mean, black people have it the best in the United States, but it's just not enough.
So here's the thing is, okay, so I've got it right out here, okay, from the dictionary.
Dictionary.
Okay, yeah, from the dictionary here on Google, it states what equality is, okay? The state of being equal, especially in status, rights, and opportunities. How is equality working for us here in the United States?
The thing is, the socialist version of equality is that the people that do absolutely nothing, sit on their ass, smoke pot all day, and live off the government, versus somebody that is actually attempting to do something, whatever have you. Even though they've worked very hard to be where they're at and make the money that they've made,
they shall be at
the left says that
level.
Those people that do nothing need to be raised to your level, and that is equality. No, that's socialism. Okay? You're not allowed to advance yourself, and if you do, the others must as well. It doesn't matter if that person has an IQ of minus 15. They still get equal pay and equal opportunity. Okay? Even though they have no schooling, no education, no background.
But then shouldn't that mean that, okay, so if you want everyone to be equal, okay, equality in the wage area, then why can't the government officials go down to our level too? Everyone has to be equal, right?
No, it's not going to happen. You know
But
that.
you know what I mean.
That is not going to happen.
You know what I mean. It's double standard.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's
I mean, we
reverse
all understand
racism,
that fact. We
you
all,
know,
we,
I mean,
we
seriously.
understand that. We understand that. But it is impossible. A freight conductor, again, going back to the railroad, they deserve that $59 an hour.
Oh, yeah.
A McDonald's worker absolutely does not.
No.
They do fucking nothing.
No.
They flip fucking burgers, and they barely can fucking do that.
And they take orders.
Okay?
But
they
let's not,
are not on the same level.
But let's not put down
This equality that the left is
Right.
calling for is complete horseshit.
Right, and I understand where you're coming from. on
Just
that,
like
but
the
hold on a
episode that
second.
we had of Night Talks Radio
Yeah.
and American Paranormal, with that gentleman stating that President Biden was the best president ever,
Yeah.
and mentioning how what was happening to the children and transsexuals was perfectly fine.
Yeah, that's,
That man is fucked in the head.
yeah, he is. He
And
is. He's actually,
well, they're banned off the fucking
yeah.
show at this point. They
We-
snuck
we-
in there with that leftist bullshit.
Yeah.
Incredible what people
Yeah,
say.
yeah, exactly.
These people are
we wanted to
out of this world.
We want to apologize to our listeners.
We really do.
Of that show. I mean,
Because, of course,
we
you know, we're
did
major
not
conservative.
Expect that at all, and we don't support that. I mean, yes, you have your own opinions and everything like that, but on our show, we are conservative. We're not going to sit there and listen to you guys say that Biden is the best president ever.
No, that's when the show's over right
Yeah.
away. And Night Talks Radio Live is completely different than NTR Daily, where we do want to talk openly about politics
Yeah.
and things of that nature.
Exactly.
We can get aggressive. We can have debates. We can do whatever. We can argue about it. Night Talks Radio Live is more about the interview and this and that,
Yeah,
and all
exactly.
the intriguing things out there.
Yeah.
It was never meant for to be the heavy version of political talk
Now,
for NTR.
Sometimes we do go that way.
We
and
do,
stuff,
but it's light.
It's light. Yeah,
you know.
it's not heavy.
But
or
this
anything.
guy
Yeah.
just went full force, and he actually had the balls to say that he would teach me
Yeah.
a thing or two.
Yeah.
No, sir.
No.
I would teach you greatly
Yeah.
about how absolutely wrong you are.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't care about your feelings,
Yeah.
but I will bombard you with facts that you will only be able to answer with "you're racist."
Yeah. Yeah. And
Okay.
now here's the other thing.
But
is
they're
that,
banned off the show. Their
they're
music's
off
banned.
The show. Their music is banned because their music was all about
Completely
the-
uncalled
the
for.
left, what they believed. You know, they
We-
believed in this transgender and everything like that,
Yeah,
and
completely
equality
unacceptable.
and all this stuff. And they were actually singing it through their music, and we didn't actually.
We
know
didn't even
that
realize
until
that.
they explained it to us.
Yeah, until they explained, and I said, "Oh my God,
Yeah.
what happened here?" So yeah, again, we apologize for that.
You know, no, she was pretty good.
She was
She's
okay
pretty
about
decent
it.
and everything like that. But
She
the-
chose not to talk about it,
Yeah.
which I was perfectly fine
Right.
with. It was brought up
But the other-
by
the-
something silly,
Yeah.
but the gentleman took it way too far.
Yeah.
And that's when he started pushing my buttons, and I said, you do not know more than me,
No.
sir,
No.
about politics.
No.
Okay, especially if you're telling me that Biden is the best president ever.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
obviously
and telling
your
us
your
that
brain.
It's okay for children to
Yeah,
be
yeah.
indoctrinated, you know,
Yeah.
and to be brainwashed to do this
Yeah.
transgender
To say those
stuff.
type
No,
to say those type of things, you're just pure evil.
Yeah.
I mean, it's simple as that.
Exactly.
All right, moving on from that and the railroad thing, what do you got next?
Well, this might kind of shock you, but it might not. You know,
Not
you never
much
know.
shocks me anymore. I'll tell you that right the fuck now. But go ahead.
All right, so they have been doing some digging and everything, and find out a little bit more here about the invasion in Ukraine. All right, so, excuse me, sorry. Putin pursues.
Well, I know that
war-
nuclear situation is not working out too well.
No. Putin pursues war goals and refuses to lose. Now, listen to this, all right? So, Putin's chief envoy on Ukraine told the Russian leader as the war began that he had struck a provisional deal with Kyiv that would satisfy Russia's demand and that Ukraine will stay out of NATO. And Putin rejected it, and he pressed on with his military campaign. Now,
It doesn't
listen.
matter.
Putin, no, but listen though, okay? So Putin said that it represented an existential threat to Russia. Existential threat to Russia, forcing him to react.
Yeah. Just complete horseshit.
Yeah. So the deal was finalized.
They know what the fuck's going on. They
Yeah.
know what they're planning to do. It's as simple as that.
So
Again, the Russian people have nothing to do with this.
No.
It's the Russian government and the Soviet strings that are being pulled.
No, it doesn't seem like there's any Soviet strings being pulled. It seems like Putin has had planned this for quite a while, from what his assessor or whatever is saying.
Listen. You know, Soviet strings can be pulled for a very long time to achieve your goal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, but listen to this, all right? So, the Russian side, they've never been interested in a peaceful settlement. It was all just an act to invade, to basically get, them away from it and invade. So,
and you're answering more of what I said. You're taking my side there. That's what the Soviet Union did. You couldn't believe a single word that they said because it was complete lies. The government and officials in the Kremlin.
okay.
So it's back to the Soviet Union ways.
So, anyways, what happened is Putin had told his assessor or whatever, the guy who had been working with him since the 1990s, Kozak, okay, and told him to go do this deal, right? Okay, to go do this deal ahead of time with them, all right? And then after he did the deal, he comes back and says, okay, the deal's done. It's finalized after February 24th, and we'll be okay, it'll be good for all of us. Well, then Putin changed his mind and said, no, we are clearing off the deal, and it is canceled, okay?
Look,
just wait now, okay? So 3 days before the invasion, Putin gathered his military and security chiefs and key aides in the Kremlin's hall for a meeting of Russia's Security Council. So he had planned this ahead of time. There was no plan of even working on it, working with them.
Which
nothing.
I have stated several times.
Yes.
Okay, this was already in the works. I mentioned that.
But we don't know for sure
Here's the thing.
if the Kremlin pulled the strings or not, or if Putin has actually been planning for this by himself.
It has nothing to do with the Kremlin. It's the deep background of the government, okay, and the Kremlin.
Right.
Where there are Soviet sympathizers who have been waiting 33 years to get their fucking revenge.
I understand.
I told you about that.
Yes.
That is what is happening. Okay, whether it started yesterday or it started 2 years ago. That is when this whole thing was put in motion. And it really got kicked into gear, okay, when Obama took office.
Yeah.
And lied to Russia.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
and that was it. And it was too much, and it was overpowering, and it got to Putin. Okay?
Yeah.
A fucking KGB agent.
Yeah, but
Okay.
do you think that the Soviet sympathizers could be behind this? Yes, but Putin
100%.
is a president, and he makes his own decisions too. So I think that
when there's Soviet strings being pulled, or you could use many things for example, but we'll just stick with that. you're not in control. You're a puppet. It's just like Joe Biden is a puppet for the left.
I understand.
They just throw him out there. Hey, man, say this as best as you can, and then we'll put you back in your fucking wheelchair and wheel you off to wherever the fuck you're going.
Right.
Okay.
I know. I mean, don't get offended by this.
No. I'm not offended. What I'm
conversation
saying
here
is
with you
that it's the same. It's the same difference. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. People can, you don't understand the pressures and things like that that go on in these type of countries.
Right.
Okay. So, you don't know what was threatened against Putin, perhaps, or this and that. I'm not defending Putin in any type of way. But there's Soviet strings being pulled there. They are calling for this.
But
They want
Putin
to
is
all
going along with it, so Putin is kind of partially to cause too.
Well, do you want to live or do you want to disappear and maybe all your family too?
Wow.
What do you do? What do you fucking do? You don't know. What I'm saying is that they're going after all the former Soviet Union states. Yeah. Okay? They've already clearly said that. They'll be going through the Baltics first and then down through Poland from the north.
Yeah.
China's going to attack at the same time.
Yep.
And then Russia's going to do what they're going to do to try to get our over-the-horizon radar in Alaska.
Right.
All right. So, like I said before, military-wise, they're pretty clever. They know what the fuck they're doing with that. But it's just a matter of fucking time now before World War III starts. But it is definitely Soviet strings. And the people of Russia, again, I have to stress this so fucking much.
Yeah, they don't want it. They're scared.
They don't want to have anything to do with this. As a matter of fact, a lot of them hate the man.
Yeah.
Because they have gotten their lives ruined. Everything they've done and what they've achieved in life has been essentially yanked away from them.
Yeah.
Because of, bringing of the Soviet Union back.
Yeah.
So this is strictly the Russian military, the breakaway military, and the Soviet strings that are being pulled in the background with Putin. Okay? So it's just like the same thing that's happening with President Biden.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, you can see it going on in Russia and everything. You see it going on in Canada, and you see it going on in the U.S., and you probably also see it going on in China and everything, too. It's all connected. It is all connected. China
we don't quite know about yet. But
China may be against us, may not like us or anything like that, but I bet you when it all comes together, it is all connected to the one world order.
Oh, no, they love us. They want to move all their factories in here so they can take over.
Yeah.
Why do you think we're being trained to be good little socialists right now?
Exactly.
There's only one way this is going to end. Well, there's a couple ways. It's going to be Civil War very soon.
Yep.
It's going to be World War III very soon.
Yep.
Or something more unimaginable, which we'll talk about in our last hour a little bit. We need to have a conversation first with our special guest on Saturday before we state any more about that particular program. But, so any other news that you got for us? Why don't you bring that on out, sister? I know that got pretty serious the past 25 minutes or so, but... first and foremost, the left pisses me off.
Oh, yes.
Big time. I can't believe that happened on Night Talks Radio. I apologize big time for that. And then the railroad, being a former railroader myself, it really hurts me. It really hurts me because I've had nearly 7 friends who've died doing their job to supply America. And they couldn't barely keep their family going off the pay they were getting from these companies that sit on billions and billions and billions of dollars.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Let's
I
try to
understand.
change it up. Let's be a little more happy.
Sorry, we got a little heated
but-
on the Putin situation, you know,
Yeah,
and
you
stuff
know,
like
but
that.
it is what it is. You know,
we do, you know, Daniel and I, we do disagree a little bit here and there and stuff, but
that's
you know,
good.
I mean,
It's good to
that
have
makes
two,
the conversation, you know,
yeah.
and I see his side, he sees my side a little bit. I hope he sees my side a little
absolutely,
bit.
I do. I take everything into
seriously,
consideration.
the way I see it is, if Putin were to go to trial and stuff like that, he should be accounted for.
Oh,
right away. I mean,
yeah,
it shouldn't be the fact that Soviet
there would be war crimes. You don't understand.
Strings
Here, listen.
and you know, give me a slap on the wrist type thing. You know,
Here we go. Here it is.
You know, it shouldn't be that
Look,
at all.
because they're Soviet sympathizers pulling the strings.
Yeah.
That doesn't exonerate him from going to trial for war crimes and genocide and things of that nature.
No, because he's following along with it, so he
what
should
I'm
be
just
taken
saying
down.
is that the Soviets, the sympathizers within the Kremlin, are having him do this. They're making him do these type of things.
Yes.
Okay, one way or another.
But how do you know? Like you said it yourself, he's KGB, you know, and stuff, and he's wanted the.
He is KGB,
he has wanted
which is
these
interesting
places
that
too.
they were able to break into his mind that way and convince him that bringing back the Soviet Union was something that was an achievable goal and something that was actually worth value.
Right.
Just a couple years ago, there was many quotes from President Putin stating bringing back the Soviet Union was an idea only for fools and idiots.
Right, but you know,
So-
it could have been part of the play too, part of the
No,
plan too.
absolutely not.
Is that people say stuff to get the people, you know, at ease
No.
and everything like that, but maybe in
No,
their
no,
head
no,
or
no.
whatever, they are thinking, hey, you know, this might not be a
Military-wise-
very bad idea.
Military-wise, you're trained to notice specific things, especially attitudes, reactions, things of that nature.
Right.
Putin has always been one way.
Yeah.
Many years, okay?
I don't know. I'm really
he
not
has been
believing
slightly
any
pissed
government
off
officials.
since Obama screwed him over. But the past year and a half, 2 years, you've seen a dramatic decline in his appearance, the way he talks, the way he, easily throws the word nuclear and nuclear attack and nuclear weapons around. It's just not the same Putin. But, you know, it's not going to stop, him being put on trial for war crimes along with the Soviet sympathizers or whoever were in the background and everybody else that was involved. Okay.
Well, what I'm going to say here is that
but-
I'm having a hard time believing any kind of government official, you know, and stuff. Yeah, Trump, I do believe, you know, and stuff, because I've seen him. I've seen the good that he does to this country. Okay, that he did to the country. But I don't believe any other government official.
Yeah, you know, and this whole one more thing, the Biden regime loves to blame Putin for what's happening now. Even though Putin is doing horribly bad, not right things whatsoever, he's not to blame for the gas crisis.
No.
This happened well before.
Yeah.
He's not to blame for inflation. He's not to blame for recession.
No.
They are always looking for a scapegoat. The left is. And they're using Putin because all they try to do is tell you Russia bad, Russia collusion, Orange Man bad, this and that, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
It is so fucking tiresome.
But Putin is in charge of killing over hundreds and hundreds of thousands Ukrainians.
Yeah, it's definitely getting to that number.
Yep.
And it will get to that number
it's
fairly
sad.
soon.
It's sad.
And you got to remember those are breakaway sectors, though, of the Russian military, because it turns out who we thought was one of the greatest powers, military-wise, which they are in some categories.
Yeah.
They're far superior in missile technology and stealth missile technology, just like we're far more superior in air superiority.
Right.
Okay, with our F-22s and F-35, which, by the way, there was Japanese components discovered in the F-35 production and sale has been halted immediately by the White House. This chip or whatnot could cause the aircraft to lose control, and it would not be able to be regained, the control of the aircraft. So that makes us even down even more on air superiority, which we would have.
Right.
But we're going to be so spread out, you know, it worries me to discuss that.
Right. Well,
So-
the other thing with Putin and the Russian army, you know, and stuff like the Russian military, you know, they're supposed to be very, very good, you know, and they're supposed to have the highest, you know, technology or whatever. You
Well,
know.
what happened is
But here's the thing: is just hold on one second. Isn't Ukraine? Weren't they once part of Russia too? So it's like they're fighting their own people, their own
Well,
Russian
yeah, that's
people.
obvious.
So Ukraine probably knows a little bit about Russia strategy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that's what's happening there. Is they're following their strategy. They know how to figure it out and everything. So
Russia's
that's why they're taking them down.
Whether it's the Soviet Union or Russia, their doctorate's always been, you know, fight, military,
Mm-hmm.
military first, you know. Their doctorate in the during the Cold War was to strike first, because they were almost positive that the United States would launch on them a nuclear attack. They have always devoted majority of their economy and money to their military. China is doing the same thing, and we aren't even at 55% of our recruiting effort for the military this year, which by now, in other years prior, especially with Trump, was at 100% at this point. But by making the military woke and things of that nature, thinking you can make peace with your enemy when there's an AK-47 in your face,
right.
or another aircraft coming at you with live, ammunition, you're being targeted. They're not going to stop and go, oh, what the heck are we doing? Rainbows and colors and shit and blah, blah, blah. Nope, you're going to fucking die.
Oh, yeah.
And they're making our military absolutely weak. The globe knows it. Russia knows it. China knows it. It is time to take full advantage.
Yeah. Yep.
And
I've had a gun cocked in my face. I mean, it wasn't necessarily in my face, but it was through the keyhole of the door, and it was cocked right there. You know, he cocked it and everything. So, I mean, I know, you know, when it comes to facing, you know, a gun right in your face or whatever, you do not make peace. You just get the fuck out of there.
I've been in the same scenario.
Yep.
And I can assure you that you don't go, hey, why don't we go watch the next episode of, you know, Drag Queen Today together?
Yeah.
You know, they're just going to shoot you in the fucking face. You
Yep.
know, because of my experience, I was able to get out of that fucking situation, but a normal person, they would shit their fucking pants. Okay?
Yeah, I was scared to death.
You have to know what to do.
Yeah.
You have to be prepared. As a matter of fact, another little plug, but a very serious plug, people need to get the book Left of Bang. Once this show is over, immediately go to Amazon or eBay and find the book Left of Bang, so you can spot details of people that may be carrying guns, that may be wanting to do bad, that may be terrorists, that may want to hurt you, your wife, your daughter, your child, even your cat. Okay?
It also tells you how to pay attention to a perpetrator, too.
Yes.
And you would never think of actually doing that.
It
you
is
know,
now
a lot
taught.
of people don't think about that.
It is now taught, I do believe, in military classes, certain branches, but I don't know how that is now, now that they've made us the fucking rainbow warriors of the fucking world.
Yeah.
So
right.
go ahead and
Oh
what
my
you
God.
got to get out there real quick. We're almost up against the break, but that was hour or two of seriousness.
yeah, seriousness. You can bet that Daniel and I will probably have more of a discussion about that after the show, because I want to pick his brain a little bit more and find out a little bit more about
Actually,
things.
that's probably going to happen tomorrow, which I don't have a problem with, because right immediately after this show, I'm eating my creamy apple caramel pie ice cream.
Yep. And I'm having
And
my
it's
drumstick ice cream.
I'm excited.
Yeah. See, this is how we treat ourselves
this.
after having a big show and everything like that. You
Or
know,
a show in general.
or a show in general. We treat ourselves to ice cream.
Yummy, delicious ice cream. I know that I'm not supposed to be partaking in those type of pleasures, unfortunately, but I couldn't say no to that ice cream when I saw that they finally had it, and I was like, "Yep, I'm gonna pay that $47 to get that tub."
$47.
So.
Hey, so what did you think about my supper tonight? Then those chicken breasts were very juicy the way I cooked them. I think that was the best I cooked.
Dinner was A-okay. It was delicious.
Yeah?
And, of course, you put the jalapenos in there. You
put the jalapenos and pepperoncinis in the chicken wild rice soup, too.
Pretty magical, So, you even made me like the chicken wild rice there. I wasn't a big fan until you came along. So, yeah, dinner was extraordinary. All right,
good,
motherfucker, you got 6 minutes.
Oh, okay.
4 minutes.
Oh, well, this won't take long. Okay, anyway, so...
And I meant motherfucker in a respectful way.
Yes. I think he's pissed off at me
you.
a little bit because of our conversation, but...
We'll have a talking break.
Oh, boy.
One of us may return.
Oh, quit now. All right, so...
I love you.
If any of you guys want to know kind of what the Egyptian texts have to say about afterlife...
I do.
Here is what it is. So the Egyptians believed that life on Earth was the only a part of internal journey, which ended. It was just a part of the.
They just ended that program. Gave you a pink slip on that one.
So the soul did not die, is what they thought, and but it also continued towards an afterlife where one receives back all that was lost, is what they thought. So
really?
They're basically saying that what we lose here on Earth, we go and we gain it back in heaven.
Really?
Is what their thought was.
Okay.
So to them, death came, and it was only a transition to another realm. One would live internally in the field of reeds, is what they called it. Also known as the field of offerings.
Okay.
So, Arul was a mirror image of one's life on Earth, and to make that life worthy, to make that life worth living internally,
okay,
you had to do your best on this Earth.
Okay.
So in your reality life or whatever, in order to go to your internal life, you had to do the best that you could and be the best that you could.
So essentially kick fucking major ass.
Yeah, I mean, like, they
like you were a fucking ninja in the 80s.
Well, it's like they thought in their head that, okay, they had to do right.
Cobra Kai.
They couldn't do wrong or anything like that, or, eternal life would not be what they thought it would be. Mm-hmm. Just kind of like we think of heaven and hell and stuff like that, but they think that there is no hell. They think that eternal life is still eternal life, but if you do wrong things, you're continuing your life like you were here on Earth. So you're continuing doing the wrong things and stuff in eternal life.
Right, exactly.
Is what they thought.
Okay.
So it's kind of interesting of their take, what they had on the afterlife, and some of it is kind of similar to what we think in a way, But they thought that you had to do your best here on Earth in order to continue on to your afterlife.
Well, I mean, I suppose that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, so
kind of interesting.
So, what do you have coming up in the next hour 3? Real quick, you got 15 seconds. What is it?
Well, real quick, I'm going to talk about how Florida flies 2 plane loads of migrants to Martha's vineyard.
Great stuff.
I'm also going to talk about how the UMN Crookston retains number 1 again, and the astronauts' blood shows DNA mutations.
All right, we got all that and more. NTR Daily. We'll be right back.
Let it go. 얼어붙어 like whoa. 띵하고 어지러워. I see. 한여름에도 난 겨울. Yeah, yeah. 너와 있을 때 I swear. 제가 먼저 zero. 폭설한 그 childer. 꿈에도 I wasn't aware. 나만 빼고 넌 모두에게 참 친절해. 내 신감이 들어 단판이 태도 머릿속을 흔드는 ibuprofen 그만해 it's time to stop 승부욕을 자극하는 style yeah. 알면서도 마음이 자꾸 내게 가 안만 빠져버릴까 If you want me back I'll tell you I'm sorry If you want me back I'll tell you stop trying Yeah, you got me Let it go 얼어붙어 like whoa 어지러워 I see 한여름에도 넌 겨울 Yeah, girl you cold-blooded Yeah, girl you cold-blooded Yeah Girl you cold-blooded Girl you cold-blooded I'm like frozen 뭐야 모두 stress은 gotta let it go 했어 소개팅 데이팅 어플 다 깔아도 보았어 반대가 끌린대 opposites attract Don't know about me and you, yeah we fell into the cracks Yeah 깎고 너네 no cap 왜 나는 보여 what's happening 객관적일 수가 없이 이미 game white flag and wave it fast Yeah I'm leaving back but 말은 don't 너만 보면 나도 내 맘 I don't know 이거 love a relationship 헷갈리기만 해 girl I'll tell you I'm sorry If you want me back I'll tell you stop trying Yeah, you got me Let it go 얼어붙어 like whoa 어지러워 I see 한여름에도 넌 겨울 Girl you cold-blooded Let it go 얼어붙어 like whoa 어지러워 I see 한여름에도 넌 겨울 Girl you cold-blooded Yeah, girl you cold-blooded Girl you cold-blooded Girl you cold-blooded Yeah, girl you cold-blooded Yeah Girl you cold-blooded Girl you cold-blooded
Want to reach Night Talks Radio? That's easy. Simply dial 1-507-384-9390. Or, for first-time callers, just dial 1-507-307-4424. From somewhere in the great upper Midwest, here's Daniel Brewer and Jennifer Gregerson.
Hey everybody, welcome back to a Wednesday edition of NTR Daily. with me, your host, Daniel Brewer. And of course, the gorgeous, the beautiful, the amazing Jennifer Gregerson. How are you?
I'm doing really good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. We made it to hour 3.
Yes.
I can't believe it.
It's actually a very interesting conversations that we're having today.
Yes, we are, indeed.
Yes.
But the more you know, just like G.I. Joe commercials said, their little PSAs that they had, the more you know.
Yeah.
So, what do you have next? I see you're looking at something pretty intriguing, like Wise. What do you have? What do you have here for the masses?
Well, I think this was very smart on
Who's smart?
Ron
Who?
DeSantis'
DeSantos.
part.
DeSantis.
It was
DeSantos.
part of
DeSatan, his gubernatorial challenger calls him Ron DeSatan. DeSatan.
Jesus.
How about that?
You're right.
And his name's Christ, but it looks like Christ. So
Yeah.
it's Christ versus Satan. He was like, it's an easy choice.
Oh,
Easy choice. Like that really matters in real life. Like, hey, reality's over here.
So anyway, this was all part of his plan to relocate the undocumented immigrants to so-called sanctuary
This
states.
was fucking great.
This was very good on his part.
This is what
So-
they wanted.
Yeah, he flew 2 planes full of people. About 50 Venezuelan migrants were on the planes, okay? And he flew them to Martha's Vineyard yesterday, left them in care of the island officials with no advance notice of the arrival.
Well, just like they did to the Republican states, you
Yeah.
know.
Yep.
It's
So-
great. Ron, virtual high five.
Well,
Go ahead.
listen to this, though. Then he sent a videographer to record the arrival and white vans to transport the passengers.
Oh. Man, I wish I was there to see that.
So apparently at least one of the flights originated in San Antonio, Texas,
Okay.
before stopping in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
And U.S. Representative William Kayetin, I think
I'm not
is his
sure
name.
on that one.
Well, anyways, he criticized him and his decision and tweeted, "History does not look kindly on leaders who treat human beings like cargo." So
Really?
now apparently he is.
History don't take kindly to people like you.
Yeah. So apparently what's going on is now he is trying to arrange food, clothing, and temporary shelter for the
I know where they could get it.
dropped off migrants.
I know where they could get it.
Yeah, right. Democrat.
Back in their fucking home country.
Yeah, exactly. They're undocumented. I mean,
I will
come
tell
on,
you right now,
seriously.
I have zero concern about their children.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would put that down first and foremost.
Mhm.
Okay. Because you're sucking up education
Yeah.
from American children. Okay. Dollars are being put into you, illegals. Okay. And people are going to want, oh, but they're children. I don't give a fuck. You're illegal. You came here illegal. Your parents came here illegal. Get the fuck back to your country. Give us our fucking money back.
But I do
Okay.
I do
The
think
parents
that,
as well that are illegal did not go through the proper process.
No.
While others did.
Right.
That's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you go through the process,
Right.
hey, you're an American, man. High
Right.
five.
Right.
Dude, welcome.
You
But
know,
if you do it illegally and you use the system and you use it for your children and you bring disease and all this other shit across the southern border
Yeah.
and then bring your cartels and killing and raping and all this other shit,
Yeah.
you deserve a bullet in your fucking head. That's it.
No.
That's it.
Well, you know, I think that what happens is that it's so poor over there
I
that
don't
they
care.
want to come over.
Sorry
here.
that you
I
live there,
understand
man.
that. I understand that.
Sorry
but
that you pulled that card.
I know, but I'm saying this. I think that we need to get more people over there to help build these homes and help educate and everything. Like programs, or Habitat for Humanity.
That could be possible. Now
you're
you are going into an arena though that I don't want to quite talk about yet, because we have not talked to the special guest on Saturday, which of course is going to be Joe Chase. I don't even want to dive into that realm quite yet.
But
okay?
I'm just saying.
I understand what you're saying.
If they were more taken care of over there,
if you had,
maybe they wouldn't want to come here. You know what I'm saying?
Literally, what if you actually saw people over there putting in efforts, and you knew exactly where the money was going, and this and that.
Yeah.
For example,
I mean,
I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, we can talk about it later, but I'm just saying that I think that if
tomorrow's show for
they clean up their country, then they'll want to stay. They won't want to come to America. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because who wants to leave their home country, really, in the first place?
No, they don't. So the only alternative is to fix up their country.
Exactly.
And the way of life over there, and stop bombarding us with this pure chaos on top of everything else that we have to worry about. I mean, we literally have to worry about, what is it, like 8 to 9 to 10 different things now that are just absolutely serious and major. Like, that's the last thing we need to worry about. Like, Jesus Christ, it's our southern border. There's a reason why there's borders.
Right.
Look at Europe. All their borders.
Right.
Our walls.
From what I hear, like,
there's checkpoints.
Venezuela and stuff like that. Don't
Venezuela is communist now.
Yeah, but don't they have people who are like really rich over there too? And stuff like that.
Well, they did at one point, and I'm sure they still do. But they're living in the best possible part of Venezuela, far, far away.
Right,
from
but
the
you
protesters.
think those rich people should be the ones that help bring their country back to norm, it's sad.
Those are the leftists that don't give two flying hells.
Yeah.
They are greedy. They are elites. They are the Joe Bidens, the Hillary Clintons, the AOCs, it's horrific.
But here's the thing: is like, okay, so DeSantos actually, I think part of the reason he said why he chose to send them over to Martha's Vineyard is because
Vineyard. If you say vineyard one more time.
Vineyard, okay. Anyway,
I got a boot that's gonna go right up your.
Because that is where the summer home of Obama is at.
Well, yeah.
So, it's the smartest thing you could possibly do.
Biden frequents the place as well. And, there was other areas that they sent him to, that were key leftist strongholds, But here you go. You want everybody to open their door freely and let them come on in? Well, how about we send them to your guys' house?
Yeah, exactly.
This is what you wanted anyway.
Yeah.
And then they're like, wait a second.
I don't want them here.
We didn't mean for them to come here.
No.
We meant for them to go to,
the Republican states.
Republican middle class states,
right.
And shit. Not us. What the fuck?
All right, so here the mysterious UFOs look at sightings in Minnesota, all right? So we all know of the infamous UFO sighting that happened in Marshall County. I mean, we talked a little bit about it. We tried to have a show on it. It actually didn't pan out, but we are still...
We will get that show.
We're still working on the show. So
I think we need to save that for Halloween time.
Oh, yeah, that would be awesome.
There you go.
So anyway, it's been 43 years since Minnesota's most infamous UFO sighting after Deputy of Marshall County
Marshall Mathers County?
had a close encounter with a flying object, Val Johnson. Okay, so now decades later, hundreds are still being reported across the state. Over 2,000 possible Minnesota UFO sightings have been recorded by the NUFORC, National UFO Reporting Center, ranking Minnesota 23rd in all the states. The director of NUFORC, Peter Davenport,
Peter Davenport, my gosh.
receives roughly 6,000 to 8,000 UFO sightings across the country per year, with some internationally.
Peter Davenport, I've known just as long as Art Bell.
Yeah, yeah. So listen to this, okay? So the Minnesota chapter of the Mutual UFO Network, MUFON, gets an estimated of 100
50-50 on
100
MUFON.
reported sightings per year in Minnesota. And Chief Investigator Bill McNeff, who also investigated into the Val Johnson, you know, he's of MUFON too, estimates that historically only around 10% of the UFO cases turn out to be unidentified, but over the past 20 to 30 years, it's increased to approximately 20%.
Well, yeah.
So yeah,
I mean,
kinda,
those UAPs are, I'm convinced they're scouts.
yeah, maybe.
So, I mean, nobody else can tell me different. I truly believe those are scouts.
Yeah.
Scouting out our defenses, our patterns, our technology. What is our strongest weapons? Blah, blah, blah.
Why would they want to do that though? I mean, if they already have like laser technology and all that other stuff, then why would they want to like scout out our technology?
You never know. Maybe we have something hidden. You know, maybe we have a secret weapon they don't know about. You know, so they always have to check the situation out just in case. You know, you don't want to come all this way to fuck up.
Well, you know what I think? I think they're actually they're scouting out where our nuclear bases are, you know, and
Oh, I
stuff,
mean, without question.
so they can actually, you know, they're the ones that are shutting them down when they're around here.
Yeah, they've shown that they have the capability to shut down nuclear ICBMs midair.
I know.
And actually shut down full facilities.
Right. I know. Igon has told me, you know, Igon's the contactee that I have, you know, and stuff. And Igon, yes.
Okay.
And he has told me that they are here because, see, they want peace. They've always wanted peace. They want love, happiness, peace, you know, and everything like that, you know, okay? And we are destroying our own selves here on Earth, and we have been for many, many centuries. There has been fighting and, you know, just fighting, war, you know, everything like that, you know, and we're destroying ourselves. We got rid of the love and the peace that they had placed on this earth a long time ago, okay?
That's correct.
So what's going on is they don't want a nuclear war. So that's why they are coming here.
Because it would destroy this planet and the natural resources the planet has to give.
Well, no, I mean, they don't care about the planet.
There's a multitude of reasons, but
they don't care about the planet in that way. What they care about is they care about.
What I'm saying is, no matter what happens with nuclear weapons, it doesn't come out good.
No.
Is that what I'm saying?
No,
okay.
But they want to stop it. They want to stop the nuclear war from happening.
Well, obviously.
So that's why they are scouting us out. They are using their technology to shut down our nuclear reactors or our nuclear power bases or whatever, where we have nuclear silos, okay? They're shutting them down and everything. And now that they know they can do that, that's why we're seeing more and more of them. Because they know that a war is coming, okay? It's inevitable, you know?
Question.
Okay? But they're going to stop it before it comes.
Okay.
So that's what I was told.
So what do you mean by that? How do you mean by they're going to stop it before it comes? So do you believe that World War III or whatever have you is going to be straight up nuclear ICBM attacks? Or how are they going to stop WW3?
They're going to disable everyone's ability to even do a nuclear attack.
Okay, so you are stating that WW3 is going to be just straight up nuclear. WW3
is going to be like a forced nuclear, but the nuclear is not going to happen because they're going to stop it before those nuclears fly. Do you know what I'm saying?
Nuclear weapons fly.
Yes.
Okay, I got you on that. So you're saying there's going to be conventional war.
Yep.
Which is, going to cause destruction, but obviously not to the point where the land is unusable.
Nope.
For years upon years and years.
No.
But once it gets to the point where somebody attempts to use tactical and or strategical,
Yep.
ICBMs,
Yep.
is that they're going to put an immediate stop to that.
Yeah,
Is that what
they're
you're
going to shut them down. They're going to shut all the nuclear abilities for everyone to, because what's going to happen is, okay, they're going to have a nuclear, they're going to have nuclear exchange, and they're going to destroy the world, and we're all going to die.
What's going to
We're all
happen?
going to
What's going to
die.
happen after that?
But
then?
see, then the fallout and everything, that's going to go into the air. It's going to go into the atmosphere. It's going
Well,
to.
we already know that. We
you
already
know,
know
it
that.
could very- it
It's
could
going to get in the
very
jet
well-
stream. It's
yeah.
going to go all around the world. Okay.
Yeah, and it could very well affect them in space too. We don't know how strong it's going to be because we've never had one, okay? But here's the thing is, they don't want it to get to that, so that's why they're scouting it out where everyone is at and everything like that, and they're going to shut them down before they even start flying.
Okay. Like I said, I totally understand where you're coming from. But what is going to happen after that? So what, are tensions magically going to disappear between Russia, China, United States? What's going to happen after that?
No, I mean,
What
there's
about NATO?
they're still going to try and fight, but they're not going to be able to fight with their nuclear weapons. They're going to have to fight with their military weapons.
So straight up back to fist fighting and gun shooting, huh?
Straight up back to
Some tank battles,
Yeah.
air superiority, all that good stuff.
Yep, something like that.
Minus the good old thermonuclear weapon, is
Yep.
that correct?
Yep.
Okay, well, we'll see what happens. So you're telling me that you think they have the capability to stop, say if it got to the point where it was just full-on first strike and full-on counter, that they have the ability to stop upwards of 7,500 nuclear ICBMs headed towards the United States and Russia.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
They
No, I'm legitimately asking that
Yes.
question. Okay.
They have
They have the technology to do so.
the stealth ability to do it. Yes.
Stealth ability.
They have the ability.
Why would they need stealth ability?
Well, I'm just saying that they have the ability to do it. They don't necessarily, have to go through our atmosphere to stop them, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
They have strong technology, okay? And they use them.
And who are these? Who are these?
The
Alien
Palladians.
races. The Palladians.
Yes, the Palladians.
Okay, I'm gonna mention something right now since we're on the broadcast, to get this out right away before our conference call with Mr. Joe Chase for Saturday's show. What are the Nordics? And if you don't know, have you heard of them at least? What are they all about? From your knowledge. Not from what I've told you, but from your knowledge before that.
The Nordics is like a cross race of the Palladians. I shouldn't say cross race. Absolutely, they were there first, and the Palladians are the cross race of the Nordics.
Cross race. When you
Yes.
say cross race, do you mean that the Nordics had dirty loving sex with them, or what?
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes, and that's how the Palladians were born.
Hmm.
So you've got the Galactic Federation,
Okay.
which is the highest of all of it, okay? Then you have the Nordics, okay? And the Nordics are in the middle, okay? So they're right underneath the Galactic Federation. Okay?
I'm listening.
Then you have the Palladians. Okay? After the Palladians, you have the Anunnakis.
Anunnakis.
Anunnakis. Anunnakis is what we say. They call them Anunnakis. Okay?
Well, they can fuck themselves. Anunnaki.
After that, then you have whatever other races there are and stuff, but I know the bottom of the chain are the Greys.
Okay. Gotcha.
So yeah. So that's how that kind of works, you know. That's why you get a lot of like the bird-like figures and stuff like that. It's almost like an interracial connection. They're
Who are the bad motherfuckers? Who are the aliens that we do not want to be speaking to at this point? And again, this is without prior knowledge of what I had spoken about.
Well, they are actually the Greys.
The Greys. So those little sons of guns.
The Greys. I mean, a lot of people think it's the reptilians, and the reptilians are kind of connected with the Greys and stuff, but it's mostly the Greys that are actually the ones that are... The Greys are kind of like the tricksters. They're like the troublemakers.
Okay.
The reptilians follow the Greys.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, do you have any idea of how many different races that there truly are? Or do you have any idea of the most important wow, sorry about that burp that came out of nowhere, folks. I do apologize for that. That burp, though, was brought to you by, what is that? Dream World Coca-Cola?
Yes.
Plug. Anyway, so... And out of those, who are good and who are bad?
Well, you know, I just told you in a way, it's the three. It's the Anunnakis is what they call them. Okay.
Anunnaki.
That's what we call them. They call them the Anunnakis. Okay. So what it is the Galactic Federation, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Then it's the, well, no, I lost my train of thought here now. What's after the Galactic Federation, did I say?
You're missing what I was asking there. I think, you know, of course we hit on, you know, the good and the bad part. What I'm asking is, how many is there of good races? How many bad races are there, is what I'm trying to ask.
How many are the main ones?
Yes, out of the main ones.
Out of the main ones?
Okay, we're not talking about ones that really wouldn't have an impact, but out of the main ones, the good and bad, how many are there? How many are, okay, how about this? How many are defending us versus how many are trying to eliminate us?
Okay, so there are 3 that are defending us. And then the other races, there are 3 that are defending us, and there are 2 other forms, different species of the Greys. There's the big Greys and there's the small Greys, okay? And there's
big and small Greys.
Yes. And then there is the reptilians, okay? So the reptilians, the big Greys, and the small Greys are the bad ones, but the big Greys are more... kind of neutral.
Okay.
The small Greys are really bad. Reptilians are bad. And like I said, the other 3 are the ones that are defending us. And then the other races out there are the bystanders. They're the ones that just want to be left alone. They want to live their life on their planets and they want to be left alone. They don't want any problems. They don't want to get involved with us.
Okay. From your knowledge, are there any races that do live, say, perhaps underground on Mars or somewhere on Mars?
Yes.
Who might that be?
So the ones that live on Mars are the Greys, and the reptilians are the ones that live on the moon.
The reptilians live on the moon?
Yeah.
Now, would that be the far side of the moon then, or are we believing here in the hollow moon theory?
No, well, some of them are on the far side of the moon, but they're all over on the moon.
Okay, gotcha. And those guys, and they're essentially assholes. Is that why we've not returned back?
They're underground.
Is that why that we haven't returned back to the moon, except for this supposed moon mission that might be coming up, or whatever have you is going on with that? I don't know. But is that why?
Yeah, because we disturbed them.
We
pissed them off. That is their domain, and we pissed them off.
Okay. Understood on that. What do you think exactly about this DART mission? Do you think it's something more deceiving? Do you think that perhaps this may be something that could collide with Earth, and they're using the we're testing DART on this thing to make sure in the future that asteroids or this and that won't collide with Earth?
Yeah, I think it is a mechanism that's going to, and it's going to work. It's going to stop the asteroid.
You think so?
Yes.
Well, it wouldn't stop it. It would
throw it off
push it
its
in a different
trajectory.
direction and hopefully
Yeah.
miss by a certain point.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I was curious about that myself. I started thinking about that, like, wait a fucking tick. This could be the real deal. And, of course, mass chaos and that type of shit is something they would not want to pull. So, of course, they'll say this is DART, and we're testing it out on this fucking miscellaneous asteroid and whatnot to see if we could stop an asteroid. In reality, it is the asteroid that we're trying to stop.
So when the end of the world comes, what's going to happen is that, so we're going to have a civil war first. Okay, we're going to have a civil war.
Civil war is
we're gonna have a civil war
2 seconds away. I'll give you that.
We're going to have civil war within ourselves, okay, within our country.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're not going to have to worry about the other people around us. And
I'm glad I'm on the side that has guns.
So what is going to be left is about a quarter of the population that's going to be left. Okay?
Okay.
All right. And then after that, that's why I said there's not going to be a nuclear exchange. It's going to be a civil war.
Okay.
And the civil war is going to take out 3/4 of our nation. Okay? A quarter of our population is going to be left. All right? After that, those people are going to experience some really crazy stuff. What they're going to experience is there's going to be where the water is going to turn into almost like a volcano eruption, almost like it's going to be very, very, it's going to turn black, and it's going to be boiling hot.
What is the water on our planet?
Yes, and the water is actually going to start rising. So, like, it's going to flood us in a way.
Well,
and
that.
It's going to be so hot that if you are, let's say, in a boat, it's going to melt your boat all the way down.
No.
Okay? The other thing is that, okay, that's just the first wave. Okay? And that's going to last 3 days. After that, there is going to be, and when it rains, watch out, because if the rain hits you, it's like acid.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I understand about that part.
It's going to be like acid.
Absolutely.
Okay? But when the third wave hits, okay? So the first wave is the water is going to start boiling and everything like that, okay? The rain is going to turn to acid. That's going to be the second wave, okay?
Yeah.
Then it's going to be just a massive, almost like fireballs coming from the sky, okay? And they're going to be, so to you would think it'd be like an asteroid coming or a comet coming or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Mm-hmm.
What it is it's just fireballs that are going to come at you and everything like that out of the sky. And that's what's going to take over the whole entire world. What's going to happen first is you're going to see it's going to be a clear day. Then there's going to be a storm rolling in. Okay? With the clouds, you're going to see a spiral staircase. So that is supposed to be the staircase to heaven. All right?
Okay, understood.
And then you're going to see the boiling water. It's going to turn black. And after that, you're going to have the acid water the rain, acid rain coming through, and that's going to all last 3 days. On the third day, you're going to get massive fireballs flying out of the sky at you.
Well, that doesn't sound very fun. I
No.
can tell you that.
No. And the reason I say this is because this has been my vision. I had this vision 2 days ago, actually.
That vision was 2 days ago, after we discussed what I had discussed with Joe Chase.
No. It might not have been No, it was before you had discussed with Joe Chase
Really?
that I had the vision.
So it was somewhat similar.
Yeah.
Somewhat similar.
So we'll discuss a little bit more about that.
We'll be
when it
getting
gets closer.
into more detail about that on tomorrow's NTR Daily, of course, because tomorrow we have a scheduled conference call with Mr. Joe Chase.
But anyway, before we go, I will just want to say one thing. Congratulations.
Oh, we got time. We still got about 10 to 15 minutes here.
Oh, we still have some. Okay, all right. Well, congratulations to University of Minnesota in Crookston. They retain once again for the 4th consecutive year, first among the public Midwest regional colleges. So they rank first.
Really?
Yep.
They don't teach socialism, do they?
No. And it has ranked in the top 4 consecutively for over 25 years in that category. Chancellor Mary Holtz Claus says, "We are honored and excited again, and it reflects the quality of education our students receive at University of Minnesota Crookston." The other campuses, that were involved in the University of Minnesota system were the University of Minnesota Twin Cities, and they ranked among the nation's top 25.
Okay.
And that's the highest ranking in 12 years for them. So for nearly 40 years, the rankings have been published to help the high school students make informed decisions about what schools might provide the best educational resources in their needs.
Right.
So that's kind of interesting. So congratulations once again for University of Minnesota. Crookston.
Row that boat. Row that boat, young.
All right.
What other little tidbits do you have
well,
with the remaining time that we got?
Another tidbit here that I have is that the astronauts' blood shows a DNA mutation.
Oh.
So researchers have stored the astronauts' blood for 20 years to see how short space shuttle flights affect the space flyers' health. Okay. So
How short flights?
Short ones, yes.
Okay.
Not long ones, just short ones, okay?
Okay.
So the astronauts are, their cancer risk needs to be carefully monitored according to the conclusion of the blood study.
Really?
So they used 14 astronauts in the study from NASA, okay, from the Space Shuttle program. Mm-hmm. And they all had DNA mutations in the blood forming stem cells. The Nature Communications of Biology study concluded last month, so the end of last month, that the mutation was below a key threshold of concern. Okay. Now, as you get older, and stuff like that, our DNA, kind of mutates and stuff like that. It's a natural thing.
Well, of course.
But this was quite concern. And the conclusion researchers suggest is that the astronauts should be subject to periodic blood screening to keep an eye on the mutation. They also think that monitoring programs will be crucial for NASA's Artemis program.
Okay.
And that the space cohort flew between 1998 and 2001 on the shuttle missions of an average of 12 days, roughly 85% of the group was male, and 6 of them were on their first mission. So they collected the blood for 10 days before the space flight.
Okay.
And then when they came back off their mission, they collected it right away. So the white blood cells that were collected were only 3 days after landing. Okay. And they were left frozen for 20 years, chilling at 112 degrees Fahrenheit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So definitely some interesting information there.
Yep. And then, of course, everyone knows by now probably that, the U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken,
God, I hate that.
unannounced a
name.
trip
Just
to
fucking-
Kyiv last week.
Oh, joy. Hopefully they'll
So,
get shot.
Here's the thing. During the unannounced trip to Kyiv, Antony Blinken said the effort to regain control of Russia-held areas was proving effective. And he commanded...
Not because of him.
He commanded Ukraine for it. It's very early, but we're seeing clear and real progress on the ground, particularly around Kherson. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Blinken's visit to the Ukrainian capital was his second since the war began, or the war with Russia began, or the invasion, whatever, coincided with the announcement of an additional $625 million track of security assistance, as well as a intended $2.2 billion in long-term investments to bolster the security of Ukraine.
Oh, cool, because that money couldn't be used to help, I don't know, maybe struggling middle-class Americans.
Yeah.
Since giving money to the Ukraine really isn't helping too much. And we already have given them, what is the fucking grand total that we've given them, honestly? And that's just Ukraine.
Ukraine...
How much have we given to other countries?
I think Ukraine is at $11.2 billion now.
Just absolutely shockingly outrageous.
But don't quote me on that. Listen to this. Okay, so in the meeting with Zelensky, Blinken said, I think the reason for this success is your homeland, not Russia's, and it's as basic as that. Basically, you're defending your homeland.
Well, shit, Sherlock.
Blinken also told Zelensky the United States is so pleased to have been able to support your efforts, and later noted that the U.S. is providing very precise weapons that allow you guys, or allow the Ukrainians, with one shot to do what Russian military men may try to do with 15 to 20 shots.
That is, I don't
So
know.
he also said that we are determined to make sure that you have what you need. He spent 2 hours with President Zelensky. After that, he called it very productive in many ways and meaningful day. He also saw firsthand the devastation of the Russian forces, and he toured the National Children's Specialized Hospital in Kyiv, where he met with children that were being treated, including some injured in the war. And he also met with the mine-sniffing dog patron. He took a picture with him. Before leaving, he left a message. We have a long history of working on demining, and we're honored to be working with you on that.
Well, very good.
Yeah.
I mean, that is a wonderful way to close out the show.
So, before I close out the show here, I want to leave you with the quote of the day.
Yes, quote of the day. We all been looking forward to
Every
that.
accomplishment starts with the decision to try.
Well, that's right.
Yeah.
That is right.
So,
You have to make that choice.
Yeah.
Am I going to try it or am I not?
yep, if you don't try,
I'm going to sit there or am I going to get up and do it?
you can't accomplish anything. So basically, we all need to try to stand up against our government and take back America.
Bingo. We all have to stand up against the far left, the progressives, the liberals, the Democrats. We need to stand up.
Yeah, exactly.
It is high time that we need to stand up. It is almost 2023. Look at what is happening and continuing to happen because of these morons that are running this country. Folks, it's not going to last forever.
It's
just
a
like
government
just
cult.
like your age, just like your health, it's not going to last forever with these guys, and it's going to come to a point where you will be the lower class
Yep.
peasants, and they will be the elite in a socialist system, and that's it.
You're gonna be like, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and you're gonna be the kids, and
motherfucking what the hell's his name?
Rick
Moranis is going to be socialism.
Yeah, exactly. That's what's
So-
gonna be. So you need to stand up. Let your voices
Rick
be
Moranis,
heard.
Canadian,
Is
by
he?
the way. Yeah.
Wow,
Canadian,
very
eh?
interesting. I like that show. I didn't mind that show at all.
It was a good show.
Honey,
used to
I
like
Shrunk
it.
the Kids, and Honey, I Blew Up the Kids.
I didn't see Honey. No, what I did? I did see that one as well. you know.
Yeah, he blew up the little boy.
Back in
son.
those times though, like Fievel. Remember Fievel?
Five Below West, yeah.
Yeah, that was like one of my favorites. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the
Oh, yes.
original was my favorite.
Jem, come on. What
Jem,
what girl did
Jem.
not
I knew
watch
fucking
Jem?
Jem,
I
too.
mean, seriously.
I knew fucking Jem too. I knew a bunch of my buddies that knew Jem
Or-
too. They were like, "Man, Jem's fucking hot." Dude. That fucking
or
poster, that
Rainbow
shit.
Bright.
Rainbow Bright, no, that was negative for me.
Punky Brewster.
Punky Brewster, yes.
Which
yes.
you say that I look like sometimes.
Yes, I do say that. You definitely do. And so does Kinsey Girl.
Oh,
My
Kinsey
God,
Girl,
It
big
was,
time. Oh, yes.
Like, hello, Punky. Like, my goodness.
That's why I call her Punky.
That's right. But so tell folks what we got coming up tomorrow. Anything special you want to tell them?
Well, what do we have coming up tomorrow? I think we have another episode of NTR Daily.
Well, we sure should do.
Um, which-
That's why I told you to tell them what's coming up tomorrow.
Which actually tomorrow is going to be very interesting because I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit of how to contact your angel, your guardian angel, because we all have 2 to 3 angels that look after us. Your archangel, and then you'll either have 1 or 2 guardian angels.
Really?
Yes.
That's interesting.
Everyone
Looking
does.
forward to that. Are you going to have episode 3 already of the Real Chronicles of Jennifer tomorrow, or are we going to be waiting until next Tuesday for that one?
I'm going to try and get that going as well.
Okay, as long as you try, that's perfectly fine with me. And
I
I'm sure
do
it's
know that we
perfectly
have
fine
a
with
lot
the,
of things that we have
the
to do.
audience out there.
We still have to get that lawyer on board for our discrimination landlord.
Oh, yes. And since we've ran out of time, we'll talk about that in some detail tomorrow, some of the extra things that we've learned about. And, of course, we'll be talking a little bit more about the show on Saturday with Joe Chase. It's going to be something super special, and you all need to tune into it. Jen, final goodbyes?
Yes, but real quick before we go, you were going to talk a little bit about the updates, kind of, or are we going to talk about that tomorrow?
We'll talk about that tomorrow. We're coming up to the end, so.
Okay, sounds good. Have a good night, everyone. It was a pleasure talking with you today.
Yippee-yay. All right, yeah, as Jennifer said, it was a pleasure. And this was NTR Daily for Wednesday, September 14th, 2022. We will be back tomorrow with a brand new NTR Daily. Good night, everybody.
NTR Daily is a part of the Night Talks Radio Network.
You can catch a new NTR Daily every Tuesday through Thursday, late night.
Listen live right here on Spreaker.com.
Or listen to the over 10 plus top streaming sites as well.
If you missed an episode of NTR Daily or just want to replay any of your favorite daily broadcasts,
just check out the archive section at Night Talks Radio Network via Spreaker.com.
NTR Daily, as well as Night Talks Radio, beamed directly to you worldwide, live from Red Lake Falls, Minnesota, and the great Upper Midwest.
Leave your comments, thoughts, or suggestions at nighttalksradio@gmail.com.
For NTR Daily, I'm Jennifer Gregerson.
And I'm Daniel Brewer.
Until the next daily episode,
have a great rest of your night.
From Red Lake Falls, Minnesota,
and the great Upper Midwest.
Welcome to this one-way ride. We're all on it, got to give it a go. All we got is hope. Don't you know? Wipe the floor of yesterday. You can change it anyway. And you're never alone, never alone. Doesn't matter what they say. Doesn't really matter what they do. Let go, baby, let me breathe it now. Let go, breathe it now. Doesn't matter where I go.
Night Talks Radio with Daniel Brewer and Jennifer Gregerson, NTR Daily, and the Night Talks Radio Network, copyright 2022. Any and all Night Talks Radio Network audio or content cannot be reused or rebroadcast by anyone or any entity, whether online or terrestrial, without the complete verbal and or written consent of the Night Talks Radio Network and its creators, Daniel Brewer and Jennifer Gregerson.